Pump beats.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time coming. But after 2 weeks and I am in black, great start to the stream. Great start to the stream. Hang on, give me a second because my face cam is gone. There we go. And we're back. You know, that's how the stream is. Never a perfect start. But ladies and gentlemen, after nearly 2 months of anticipated waiting, 2 months of waiting, patch notes, VCT action, and more importantly, chamber nerfs, we are finally back with some NECC competition here on Fresno State Esports. I am now your broadcast and media director, Ricky J here, leading the broadcast tonight. But with me tonight, we have a very special guest. Joining me from the Overwatch team, we have Mr. Strata. Ben, already saw your enthusiasm. How are you feeling being able to broadcast Valorant for the night?
Oh, I'm like, personally, I've been following Valorant since the beta, and actually being able to broadcast it is just super exciting to me. So I can't wait for this new season of NECC Valorant. And yeah, I just can't wait.
Yeah, and we got a lot to look forward to because, dude, a lot has happened over the 2 months. So first of all, let's go ahead and talk about the team we're focused on, which is this brand. I can't say brand spanking new because there are some elements from the last team, but the team has adjusted if we do take a look at the roster real quick. Because there are some faces from the past team we saw, which include of the IGL Mr. Vince Cow, which now takes over the Sentinel role since the Chamber nerf. We have Leaf back as the controller, but then our Shotgun Rays main, Mr. Gosu himself, is back in, but he's a mix of both the Rays duelist, but he is also looking at some other roles, which we will be going to look forward to in a bit. But along with this roster change, we also have a couple players now gone as well. Unfortunately, 3Ds and Sugetsu, the Fresno State initiator and primary jet player, are unfortunately now gone. But Ben, why don't you talk about the new players that did get added on from the roster?
So some new players that were just added would be Ralph, which is a duelist, Skies, which is a initiator, primarily playing Sova, and Susheme, who is initiator, but he can also flex into different roles as well. And these new 3 players, this makes the whole roster having a 6-man. So we're actually not too sure who's gonna be playing this first match, but I'm excited for these new young bloods to hop in and get ready to play for the main team of Fresno State.
Yeah, and then we got a lot to look forward to because this team shows a lot of potential, and I mean a crucial amount of potential. Because from last semester, they are a team that were runner-ups in the Pacific Frontier in the Challengers division. Whereas a stacked team, a really stacked division where you had multiple Sacramento State teams, multiple UBC teams, And then more importantly, you had that stacked powerhouse team in Simon Fraser, a team that Fresno State got swept by earlier in the season, but put up a tough fight in the playoffs with. This team got the third seed heading into playoffs, made a spectacular run beating teams like UVic as well. But then on top of that, they made it to the finals, which, like I said, they put up a tough fight against Simon Fraser, but just fell short. But in accordance to the NECC, Fresno State caught their eye. So much so where the NECC actually bumped them up a division. So now rather than being in the Challengers League, Fresno State is now competing at the highest tier of Valorant play, which is the NECC Champions California division. And then we are actually getting invited into the lobby. So Ben, let me go ahead and invite you over right now. So sorry about that. Had to handle some lobby stuff, but they got bumped up into the Champions California division, which I must add, of looking at all the teams, arguably the second highest division, probably the second most stacked division, other than the Northwest division, in my opinion, because you got teams like USC, Cal State Fullerton, so many phenomenal teams, and I'm so excited to see them play. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and talk about the changes that have been made in Valorant because we have a lot of changes that have been implemented as well. Isn't that right, Ben?
Yeah, we really do. And, we're actually playing on the new patch, which does mean, Chambers basically no longer an agent. And also, Fade being, stepped away from due to her changes. So this is going to be a whole new, not to say different, but I hope it's a more natural feeling because, those two agents were the newest agents that were released. So let's just see how Valorant is now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more than excited to see it because no, we've seen stuff from the Challengers League. Both their open qualifiers, their last chance qualifiers. We've seen the Challengers League actually officially start. Not exactly the same patch to where you have how do I put this? Where you don't necessarily have like Lotus officially in play. But even with that, a lot has already changed. Chambers pick rates down to none. Fade down to like more like a 30% win pick rate, but Killjoy on top as like probably one of the top agents to be played. Sova seeing a lot of viability, something we haven't seen all the way back since roughly Fade's introduction. And they're not the only thing that has been introduced. Harbor has also been introduced since then. And since the last time we even played NECC competition, Lotus and Split. Lotus, the newest map added on into Valorant, as well as the return of a majority picked as one of the top maps in Valorant. Split also been added back in, but also at a cost, as Bind and Breeze are now out of the rotation. Ben, what are your thoughts on these changes? What are your thoughts on Lotus? Are your thoughts on Split coming back in, as well as the taking out of maps of Bind and Breeze?
So me personally, I'm a huge Split fan. I've actually played a lot of my competitive games on Split, so I have a really really good experience playing on that map. Personally, uh, playing the new map Lotus, it's definitely really new, and I'm super glad that it's not in the map pool for this yet. Looking at Harbor, I actually really do like that map as well, but for the fact that Bind is also taken out, and also Pearl. Wait, no, sorry, sorry. The fact that Pearl is now in, it's super refreshing because, in my opinion, Pearl is actually one of the really really most unique maps in the game. Sorry.
No, you guys, you're all good. But yeah, like Honestly, I think this map pool has been one of the more stronger sides. Because you still have some like the iconics. Like Split was one of the most iconic maps to play. We have seen some phenomenal matches being played on Split. But not only that, you have classics like Haven. You have Ascent still in play. And then you got like maps that are like kind of like 50-50, really tough to play, but really fun to watch. Icebox, in my opinion, is like the definition of that sort of map.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
but then you got the maps that are really unconditional. But with the right team can be phenomenal. Like we've seen this with Pro when you got players like built around Paper Rex where they come up with these unconventional playstyles that can work around that map. We saw that around with Pearl. We've seen that with Fracture. The way FaZe like was able to utilize it during their stage 2 as well as the LCQ. They're able to put that in their map rotation. I'm excited to see how this upcoming season turns out. Not just like of like the main Valorant main stage, but of any CC play. Because a lot of colleges they like to stick with like what their comfort is. But when you're heading into the champions division, it's gonna be a matter of if you can adapt to those unconventional styles. Fresno State, they struggled with those unconventional styles last semester. Like whenever they played on like maps like Fracture, when they played on Breeze, they were struggling a bit. But then when they played maps like Haven and Ascent, they were phenomenal. Especially when they finally adapted to the chamber meta. So I'm personally really excited to see how this Fresno State team performs, especially whenever do those like non-meta, non-traditional maps come into play. You know, Ben?
Yeah, because like, it's all about adaptability now since they are in the highest division. And it's really a how would I say? It's really like a random box to say the least. And so all I hope for is that Fresno State does adapt to each and every one of their opponents that they'll face this whole season. And that's all you can really hope for.
I mean, that's all we hope for at the end of the day is just that and good competition. And also, some spectacular gameplay because we've seen how phenomenal these teams can be. And speaking of how phenomenal these teams could be, we're about to be able to see that in person because right now we have officially entered the Agent Select. And our first map of the day is gonna be Icebox. And Ben, let's go ahead and talk about Icebox real quick because, like I said, this is a map really tough to play in, but when given like the right opportunities, it is a map where you could see a lot of outplays.
Yeah, like because Icebox, it just like what Ricky said earlier, it's really a 50-50 map. And so when you really get that snowball rolling down, the other side's gonna definitely feel that and they cannot stagger for any second because once you get on site, once you set up that post plant, it's gonna be really hard to take over that site back. So we can really I personally can't wait for this match to start.
I can't wait either. And then we look at the team compositions as we head in. Sacramento State is going to be on the right side. Fresno State is going to be starting off on the defense. And as you see, we do have this new roster where three main players are going to be the three new players are going to be coming on in for the side of Fresno State. And you can see those players in Sushi going to be on the KO, Ralph and Sky's on the players we talked about initially at the start. Ralph on the Jet, Sky's going to be on the Sova. In addition to that, Leaf as controller going to be playing on Viper, which I think we could both conclusively agree is like the main controller on this map. And then
Yeah,
Vince
definitely.
gun playing on the Killjoy, who I think has like after the chamber nerf is the most summoned sentinel on this map. Could be exchanged with Sage. Them not using the Sage is an interesting call because Sage is really good for the post plant.
Especially on Icebox too, denying any
Yeah,
line of sight.
yeah, it's so free. But with that being said, we're already having like a quick hit rotate coming on in, a 3-2 split coming on in from Sacramento State Green. The jet smoke coming on in from Kun Wu to deny any intel on that Killjoy turn coming on in from mid. That Sage already in on site. Vince, Sportsbound Pack is going to get the first engage and is unfortunately going to be the first one to go down. Jason with the first blood for Sacramento State.
Spike planted.
And here's Fresno State just trying to slowly get together here, but that smoke screen that Uzui has just cuts off the whole site. So Fresno State has to play this really methodically, and they have to execute it really fast when it comes down to it.
Oh, and unfortunately, Leaf trying to take out anyone that might have been behind near bridge, unfortunately, is going to be taken out there by Kun Wu. Fresno State here in a 3-4 retake. Skies killed once again with utility out. Similar to the same fate Leaf unfortunately had. Sushi going to go for the defuse. Smoked off by Ralph. Ralph able to get one. Then we get in a 2v2, but that 2v2 quickly goes down to 2-0. Sacramento State able to clean on up. They're going to take the first round. And they're going to be first on the board, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, that map, right, that whole round right there, it was pretty close until, until like the defuse started to happen. And, again, like, I think Fresno State could have played around the bomb a little bit more better, just trying to fake the bomb a little more. But either way, they still got 3 picks out of that, so that's all right.
Fresno State, they did have their opportunities, I feel like, but it just happened to be they just got outmanned twice. They got caught with their utility out, and that kind of cost them a little bit. And as we have that continuing on through, Sacramento State actually having 5-man advance on through. That wall going to come on through. Fresno State does force a little bit. Singer's coming into play, part of this new meta, until the Singer does get nerfed. Singer going to be playing a crucial factor here. A lot of utility coming on out from Fresno State, denying the plant. Vince playing close against the wall. Sacramento State denied any opportunity to plant the spike as all 5 men for Fresno State here are on the B site. As Sushi gets straight on through, making this still a 4v4 situation on their side. Leaf throws down the smoke screen, and it's going to play on through. And Sacramento State, they're going to be denied any opportunity to even get a plant off.
Yeah, I mean, Sacramento State right now, they just can't really execute that because the stage wall got broken up. And now they can just, you can see them slowly rotating back to A, but Fresno State definitely knows this. Leaf does see Rux on B, but does Fresno State know that they're already on A?
I think they might know because Ralph's already here, and Sushi also able to capitalize off it as well. In a 2v3, Fresno State, they come away with 3. Only cost the life of 1, and Sky is able to clean up Rux, who is all the way up on the B site. And Fresno State, they're adapting to the meta already quickly. Despite losing the pistol, they forced. And that's something we've been seeing a lot. The meta right now is consisting. You actually have a higher pick rate, Ben. You have a better chance of winning if you force when you lose the pistol round. If you lose the pistol round, you could essentially buy a Singer, and you have a better chance of winning like the next 5 rounds.
It's
insanely broken.
Just they really needed to up the price of that Stinger because it's so easy just to use.
Yeah, and we will be seeing that coming on in the future. But that's the future right now. This is the present, and right now in the present, Sacramento State are currently having like a 3-1-1 push coming on in. You got 3 pushing on up into the B site, pretty much uncontested. But then you got the Viper looking up
shoot out B side, so Vince does know.
But Kun Wu with a nice sheriff shot in hand. Sky throws down the shock dart, but attempting it for default. Not actually planted there though, so that is going to be a free plant in the hands of Sacramento State. And Sacramento State, they're picking off Fresno State 1 by 1 here, despite being essentially down to pistols. Ralph, though, able to capitalize, does have an opportunity here to pick off 2 up at kitchen. But it's going to deny it as the dash is up and available. Is going to be able to take this corner here and find Rux. Yes, he does. Smokes himself off, and they're going to go for the defuse. Jason, though, going to be able to take down Sushi Lover. Ralph, he's going to try to stick it. But the snake bite is going to get him, and Sky's not going to be able to do anything here. The thrifty round comes into play for Sacramento State. And they're going to retake the lead. They're going to be up on the board 2-1.
That was a really close round from Fresno State, but the fact that if he was just able to stick onto the bomb just a little bit longer, that round would have been us. It would have been ours. But no worries though. Fresno State can still come back from this. It is still just round 4 now. So
I mean, it was great contention by Fresno State. Ralph did a really good job just picking off Sacramento State one after one, despite the early disadvantage there for his team. And ooh, Van's playing really aggressive, but that owl drone gonna spot him, and it gives Sacramento State the opportunity here with an easy 4v5 advantage to start off the round. The Sage Wall gonna come into play, give essentially a free plan here for the Hornets. Spray's gonna be coming on through, and Dawuski able to get a kill on Ralph, who was caught on the rotation there. A really good lurk there coming on in from the Sacramento State Killjoy. And right now, Fresno State's put in a tight spot here. Sushi has an opportunity here, but can't spot anything as Jason just picks off one after another on the side of Sacramento State, and that's an easy round for the Hornets, man.
yeah, I mean the Hornets just executed that, especially picking off Ralph that early. With the whole transition, it just really made Fresno State just kind of difficult to play around.
I mean, that's how it is. I mean, Fresno State, they did get thrifted, so they weren't at the best economic advantage. And then we're looking at this map push. They're looking at another B-side hit. They're saying it's free without the Sage.
Yeah, I mean the Sage is just able to wall off, and that'll just kill so much time. But since Fresno State isn't running it, it's pretty much just push through and just destroy all the Killjoy bombs. Oh wait, you see Fresno State, 3 of them pushing from A site though. Trying to kill the lurker mid, possibly?
They do have the opportunity. Like, this is something we see, especially from, like, European Valorant. But, ooh, the enemy Viper, he is ready. But Fresno State, they're holding the site well. Sky is able to get 2 before finally going down. But Jason gonna revolve Dawuski before getting taken out by Vince. And that makes this a 1v2. But Leaf able to capitalize and make this a 1v1. Jason has the spike in hand. Leaf anticipating a rotation. But that spike is staying on the B side.
Jason's just trying to check all his corners. Oh, Leaf does hear the plant going off.
The hill gonna come on through, so Jason will be back to full HP. Spots Leaf, Spray's gonna come on through as the snake bites are deployed. But Leaf gonna nail the shot for the dogs, and that's gonna narrow the lead down to 1.
Just great picks back to back. I will say though, with Uzui taking that 1v3 and somehow coming out 2-1, that was just an insane move from him, and great lurk just in general. So Fresno State better watch their corners, because man, their lurkers do not play.
I'm gonna be honest, it was the right play from Fresno State. I mean, like, you've honestly just been like playing from your spawn for the most part. I mean, Sacramento State, they've been making mid and like their spawn essentially free to rotate through. And they finally take advantage of it, but Sacramento State able to capitalize off of it. And we're finally seeing something different here from the start from Sacramento State. As all 5 are pushing up A, Bren.
Yeah, they're making a lot of noise. Oh, the Killjoy ult comes down. Yep.
That makes sense for the push. That Killjoy lockdown. That's going to essentially clear out all of it for Sacramento State. And now they're pushing on up. That gives opportunity to place a stage wall and just give them full sight advantage. And now the KO gonna be used on the side from Sushi. Ooh, a great out drone's gonna come on in. Sushi can be able to get one with the Bulldog. Leaf playing on in from above is able to take down one as well. And Fresno State, they're a pack of dogs and they're on the hunt. And they're able to get the spike defused with ease. Dawuski able to capitalize and get off 2, but kind of too little too late then. Fresno State hunting like a pack of dogs once the lockdown was officially done, and A phenomenal retake here by Fresno State.
Yeah, that was just a great retake, and I'm so surprised that nobody really died until the end. So, just a flawless retake in my opinion, except, when Dewuski did come from behind and pick off two. But hey, you know what? Nothing's perfect at the end of the day.
Hey, nothing is ever perfect at the end of the day. And right off rip, Kun Woo! Whooshing his way up.
Getting that pick on
Phenomenal usage of
Skies.
the jet knives.
Yeah, that was huge, especially how Skies does have his ultimate, so they could freely plant without, getting Sova ulted.
And 2 win conditions already being used at play. You got the Blade Storm coming on in, and now you got the Viper split. This is essentially free for Sacramento State.
Should
And that
be.
Sage Wall gonna deny the Nanoswarm as well. And that was such a free plant. Ben's playing on into the smoke. Doesn't know what he's spotting. Sprays on through! And that Viper split's gonna be gone, Ben! And Fresno State,
Leaf is
this
playing
retake's
around.
phenomenal! Sushi with 2, Ralph with another! And once again, it's just Dewuski all on his lonesome.
I don't know, man. Dewuski can make this happen. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon.
And
Wow.
it's the Shumei making his
Wow.
presence felt. Man, welcome to the Valorant server. The former Overwatch player, now also playing Valorant, making his presence felt. Like, we haven't looked at the scoreboard in a bit, and he's put up 7, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, that whole round, if I'm honest, that was all Sushi Mei as well. So I just hope to see more of that in this game, or just even in the series, because that was incredible.
I don't think you could have performed that much better.
Yeah.
And as you look at this, Sacramento State, they're going to try to push for another, like, B-side hit, as Fresno State, for the first time tonight, have claimed their first lead. And, ooh, a nice...
5. Sacramento is on B and is almost ready to start the plant.
Yeah, but they
there
gotta
it is.
watch out. But here comes the Hunter's Fury. It's gonna deny the plant. It's gonna spot 1. And Sky's gonna be able to secure the kill on the Viper.
Take flight.
And
That was a great
is
take from Fresno
key.
State right there.
And that's key, because now that denies sex. Oh no, Skies! Caught without a gun in hand! And Kun Woo right now is making his wrath felt on Fresno State.
You will not
Hope the
kill
res
my
coming
ally.
off though, making it 4v3. Really
Close
uneven,
fight.
but if Fresno State plays this correctly, they can definitely win this, because we definitely see some of their skills able to pop off.
30 seconds left.
Well, see, right now things are being played so very methodical right now. As even though they have the man advantage, Sacramento State, they have yet to plant. But that might help them out, taking out Sushi. And now that's going to be the plant, leaving it up to just Ralph and Lee for Fresno State.
I mean, if I was Fresno State right now, I wouldn't even try to play this. Just make it go 4-4. Because, double Vandal, and they're both untouched. So they're saving a lot of money right here.
I mean, I think they do have enough economic usage to be able to potentially do something. And I think it might be a good thing, because Ralph able to get 2, making this potentially doable here for Leaf. Leaf currently vulnerable at the moment, stun day, double the damage. Able to get 1, but down to 50 HP, and the spike quickly narrowing down. Yeah, I think that might be it. Yeah, Dewuski.
Oh, man.
Able to play on back. Last man alive once again for Sac State, but this time he's able to convert. Able to equalize it on up for Sacramento State.
And that whole round, it was actually, I was so surprised on how Ralph just pulled that off right now, getting those quick 2 picks on B long. That was just, a huge turning point, but he was caught off guard when he was peeked at yellow. That's all right though, at the end of the day. At least they're not, at least Fresno State, they did lose their lead, but they're not losing, so there's that.
True. And again, this team, they're doing a phenomenal job here at the moment. right now, once again, that 3-1-1 push we saw from Sacramento State earlier is being utilized once more. Where you had the Killjoy utility watching anyone coming on in from flank on A for Fresno State. Ooh, Vince
Spike planted.
playing an interesting angle here, able to take out the Jet, and ooh, a lockdown from Vince has the opportunity to help Fresno State push here. Ralph able to get a kill with the Blade Storm here. Does have to rotate on through. The lockdown coming on through. And Vince, he's going to try to at least stick it. Gets it up to half before the Hunter's Fury comes on through. Vince down to 50. And they have an opportunity here. But no, the shot's able to connect. As Sacramento State are quick to pick off Fresno State to remain alive. And Sacramento State recapture a lead away from Fresno State.
I mean, if you just hold tab right now and you see the leaderboard, it's pretty even. It's it's really distributed amongst teams, but I mean, there's just some crucial gun battles that are just lost, and you know what? All you can say is we'll get them next round.
I mean, that next round is coming in shortly too. But we shall see how it goes, as we are looking at potentially an A-side hit. You got one, so we're looking at mid, of course. This Viper for Sacramento State just playing up mid, and I wish I'd give you a name, but name's unfortunately hidden. As the lockdown comes on through, and Fresno State, they have 4 members on site.
They got a back off right now.
What a
This
shotgun
lockdown.
from Rux! Almost, guys, almost able to get Rux, and forces Sacramento State to play, or both teams actually forced to play on back, as the lockdown is now gone. Last time Fresno State was able to kind of, last time Fresno State was able to kind of like capitalize off this
Spike planted.
and be able to have a good retake. We'll see how things come on through here. Ralph gonna be able to take the first gunfight and is able to come away with one. And now once again, similar to like the last situation, Fresno State, they have
One enemy
a
remaining.
KO to work with, and Ralph is making work with it as he's able to get 3. Vince able to clean on up with the Stinger. And Fresno State are going to have a flawless as they're able to get the defuse off.
And that's the thing too, from the last A hit, Vince really remembered how they had somebody lurking when the last time Sacramento State did hit A. So thankfully he stayed back and was able to catch out Uzui flanking from mid.
I was gonna say, this match has been like neck and neck, and I mean, what less do we expect? This is Champions Play, Ben.
Yeah, it's just, this is what you really want for the top of the line division. So it's just super exciting, and I'm personally glad just to even be on this broadcast. So I hope to see more of this.
I hope we see a lot more of this, because note, this is the best of 3 too. So we do at least have one more match, potentially 2 more after this. But ooh, that knife not gonna spot anyone there from Sushi. And ooh, interesting here. We do have potential rotate coming on in. Alert coming on in from Uzi for Sacramento State. Fresno State do have 3 currently at mid. No one really on A side at the moment. So this could be a really great play here coming on in from Sacramento State. However, they have no smokes, because you got that Viper wall from Sacramento State put up all the way on the B side.
And you also have the bomb, the Viper smoke orb also on mid. So they're really working with nothing here. And they're also working with pistols too, so it's eco round. Looks like that they were able to get a pick though. Onto Ralph.
And Rux
Wow.
with the frenzy, able to exchange one as well. Guys in a battle with 2, and just like that, a 5v3 turns
One
quickly
enemy remaining.
into a 2v2. Sushi going to try
Uzi
to
does have a
defuse and
phantom
stick
here.
it. Oh, Vince with the trade. Vince with 3 on the round, and with 11 HP as well. Fresno State, they're gonna have at least 6 heading into the half. So it's either equalized
Last round
or
before
Fresno
the
State
switch.
had the potential here to have a lead once they come in on the attack.
Yeah, and that round was actually super interesting because Sacramento State were on a huge eco. You know, they had sheriffs and they had a frenzy, and the fact that they were able to dwindle Fresno State down to a 1v1 was just, was just amazing. So, but now both sides are evenly, how would I say, geared up. So this is a lot more evenly matched, and let's see how Sacramento State can do now against Fresno.
Yeah, right now, as we start off the round, the typical wall that we've been seeing for the most part coming on in from the side of Sacramento State. Once again, a 4-man hit for the side of Sacramento State. And ooh, a lot of Killjoy utility coming on in, forcing Sacramento State to play on back. They gotta be quick to come back on into the Viper's pit if they want to stay up, and they are able to do it just in time. And Sushi able to spray on through, able to get two! The Viper's pit goes down. Jason able to get a res off, but unfortunately might be too low too late as the Viper's pit does go down.
Coming
State
from
able
behind.
to deploy one of their own. And Kun Woo with the Blade Storm in hand. Oh no, Vince has to spot Kun Woo. And Kun Woo able to get his third. And then a 2v1 makes it. Has the opportunity for the ace. But Sky's able to clean it on through as the Fresno State Blue member from last semester, making his promotion well worth it as he gets 3 on the round. Gets Fresno State up to 7 with a 2-round lead heading into the half here, Ben.
Yeah, and so with seeing Kun Woo pop that Blade Surge and being able to pick off 2 members of Fresno State actually was super important. And wow, it's just that small little firefight right there between Skies and Kun Woo just really made me go to the edge of my seat. So that was a great play from both sides, but Fresno State was able to execute just a little bit better though.
It seemed like the moment teams felt like they had an opportunity to just take a little bit of an advantage, nah, we're just gonna swipe it away. That's what it kind of felt like to me, Ben. And right now, both teams, they're playing phenomenally as we head into the start. Fresno State doing something similar to like what Sacramento State had been doing. 3v2 to start it off. Dewisi gonna be able to get the first blood here. Vince playing on in from mid, however, is able to take out one, and now Fresno State, they have all 4 members on side, but Sacramento State, they're quick to rotate on in. And unfortunately, all Vince is all left by himself on the site. Is able to get one though, but won't be able to do much more than that as now it's a 3v3. Spike is gonna be what a swing off the flats from Sushi. As Fresno State, they go 3 for 3.
No, I guess everyone was able to get their one that whole match. So good job to Fresno State. And also with that Killjoy Nano Swarm, it's just super strong during the first round because nobody has armor and everybody has pistols. So it's really difficult to push any really tight space when you're playing against a Killjoy. So with Vince pushing up like that was a really smart decision.
I mean, on Icebox, it's hard to play mid for the most part, but that's what makes a good team a successful team on this map. A matter of like how well can you utilize mid. And right now, both teams have done a phenomenal job. And Ralph catches an overextension from Kun Woo. And Fresno State, they're able to get a pick, but they're trying to rotate. They're throwing Sacramento State off guard. And this makes sense though, Ben. Sacramento State, they're on pistols. Sacramento State, they're one of the few teams that don't force into a stinger.
Yeah, I know, right? I was gonna bring that up. We saw Fresno State do that, and now I'm just so surprised that they're also not doing that because the stinger just is so strong now, and they're just not gonna use it to its full capacity, I guess.
But this outplay makes perfect sense for Fresno State because not only do you have a weapon advantage, But you know, Sacramento State has to group up if they have any chance of essentially pulling off the thrifty here in the second round, because they gotta stay grouped together. So forcing them to be like, oh, they're gonna force A and switch it up on them, a great play.
Especially
right now,
because they're
Frizz-
all using classics too. It's just not in the classics' favor when it's going against a bunch of specters. So that whole
And-
round is just the Fresno State.
Yeah, and Fresno State, they're able to pick the round. But I'm be honest, man, they had the weapon advantage. Sacramento State had nothing but classics, so they're gonna be able to full buy here. And it made Fresno State cost, because even with Fresno State buying essentially all specters, they lost a lot of those specters in that fight. So
Yeah,
you got a lot of players forced to keep the specters, and a lot of them are forced like heavy eco here.
yeah, against a bunch of Vandals too with full armor. Not really in favor for this round for Fresno State. That's all I know.
I mean, that's why they call it the bonus round, because if you win this, you're essentially guaranteeing yourself another round. So this is going to
Yep,
be an
because-
interesting play coming on in from Fresno State. That knife from Sushi going to go on toward that back corner. Not going to spot anything here at the moment. Sacramento State currently playing back at the moment, but they have that Nano Swarm to deny a plant. Swarm Grenade going to come on through. Vince, he's going to try
He's
and
gonna
stick it.
Oh,
Won't be able to.
Down, B.
A well executed combo coming on in from Sacramento State is going to deny the plant, and the spike is just going to sit right there.
yeah. At least both of the rifle users are not dead for Fresno State, so they can still try to move this around and possibly tank down Sacramento State's eco. So
And right down one after another are falling for Fresno State, leaving it up to both Sushi and Skies.
30
Two
seconds
newer
left.
members for Fresno State. And Sushi unfortunately does have a Spectre in hand.
I mean, if I'm honest, as long as Fresno State can get at least one pick on them, I think that's still really good, because you know they are all under 700
10 seconds
credits. So you know, Sacramento State, they really need to win this round, and it looks like that they're just gonna wait it out.
Yeah, Fresno State, they don't have many opportunities. They don't have any flashes, no smokes. They're gonna stick with the save here.
Nice Sushi getting that Vandal though. Definitely saving some money right there.
Yeah, and then you look at the economy. Like I said, Fresno State did kind of force a little bit, but luckily they are able to. You do keep 3 rifles at play here, but Leaf gonna be forced to. He's gonna be forced to go with the sheriff here, if anything. Vince gonna go with the Spectre.
I mean,
This is
hey,
gonna
at
be a
least
tough
Leaf
round
isn't
for
playing
Fresno.
a duelist though. You know, all that Leaf really needs
True.
to do is just put up that wall. So there's that.
Fresno State anticipating Sacramento State to play aggressive. The Flash not going to convert for anything here at the moment. As we have the 4-1 split coming on in from Fresno State, you have Sky still remaining here at mid. The knife going to come on through, is going to be able to negate 2. Vince flying, swing on through, able to get 1 before Kunwu though. Able to exchange and get on 2 before getting traded out himself by Sushi. Some
Fresno
shark
State
darts
still
coming
have-
on.
Enemy remaining.
Ooh!
Spike planted.
Great shots coming on in from Brooks. And just didn't get up to Leaf. He's going to be spotted by the recon bolt. He's going to stay spotted. And Sacramento State are going to be able to clean these up. And that's 2 more rounds in their favor here. And now that's going to make it a 9-7 deficit for them.
Yeah, I mean, that whole round, again, Fresno State didn't have all rifles, but, you know, at least they got on A and got that bomb planted at least. But, you know, with Sacramento State being able to retake that site, it looked like so easy for Sacramento State to get that. So maybe Fresno State can change something up here, possibly do another fake like they did on the first round.
I mean, it's going to be tough to execute that same fake they did on the second round. Especially if we look at their, like, economy.
Right here.
Ralph forcing a rifle here While everyone else saving, I don't know about this play, honestly.
Revealing area.
Oh, look at that fight mid. The Killjoy turret does spot someone out. Wow, they are going to be just fast. They're booking it. They're all on site.
This is a full
Wow.
send. They are not caring no regard. I mean, you're playing a full eco here. It makes sense if you're Fresno State. They're hitting site hard.
Yeah,
And they're gonna essentially keep that hero rifle. Sure, Ralph is gonna be low. Gonna have like a total of like 100 HP if you account for the shield he has. But Fresno State, they're gonna make this a 5v5. I mean, sure, you don't have the best weapons. You gotta rely on your post-plant utility. You gotta rely on your nades. But ooh, Spike gonna be tapped a little bit. And the hero rifle's gone. As Sacramento State are able to get two. The Spike's getting stuck. And Fresno State unable to contest. But a late kill from Vince with the Stinger is able to save the round for Fresno State.
wait, Ralph actually buying that hero rifle is actually really good for him because now he has ultimate and now he could just keep on playing the same style as he was doing as the last round. So
Ralph had to
maybe
rely
Fresno
on,
State does the same thing. Maybe they don't.
Ralph had to rely to get a kill. Had to rely to get a kill though to be able to get that. Likely. I mean, he was either way. Even if he died,
Yeah,
he was
because
gonna be able to get
bomb would've
ult. I
counted.
didn't think about that. Actually, kind of a good play. Unfortunately,
I know,
I wasn't able to
right?
get much value off
Big
of it.
Oh wait, this
But
fire
we're playing
fight.
aggressive.
Oh my gosh, Fresno State with the 3K now. Wow, that was a really quick round.
And Ralph ends up getting a rifle in his hands anyway.
Wow.
And
Full
this is
armor
gonna be a
too?
free plant, essentially, for
Yep.
Fresno State
Planted.
in a 4v2. And that KO lockdown is officially gone.
One enemy
And
remaining.
so, Sushi, what a lineup.
Wow.
Oh, man, you can't just do that to them like that.
You can't go anywhere, man.
And the flash gonna come on through.
Who's he getting another? Oh wow! Through the smoke, Vince. Wow, nice shot.
I'm sorry, I got a little bit of a replay. I want to just go back in. Ben. Oh,
Wow.
never mind. Instant replay. Oh, wait. Essentially,
Was
replay not broken?
State
Replay
in
wasn't
a
broken. Let's
42.
go. But Ben, I'm looking at the replay of this. And that KO lockdown is like Sushi just lined it up perfectly. Like, let's
get
go,
that headshot.
Sushi.
Yeah.
It was just phenomenal. It was beautiful.
Everything was just there.
Lined up right in his crosshair. And Fresno State, they're at 11 right now. And you're looking at this. The Blaze Storm gonna come on in from Kunwu, but that didn't
Vince
last
just
long.
says no to that.
You should run.
And
I
due to
finally
that
have-
frag right there, he's able to drop this lockdown just like that. But is it gonna get Uzui though in the corner?
Yeah, and he's forced to play back. It's gonna force him off the Viper's Pit potentially. A Shark Guard
know.
spots him. And that defensive Viper's Pit is now gone. The Hunter's Fury gonna come on through and exchange out for Leaf. And Vince actually
Wait,
takes
Vince-
himself out.
Vince? Wait a minute,
Not ready yet.
Vince just killed himself right now with his own nanoswarm. Yeah, I guess that Sova ulti just really worked in Sacramento State's favor.
And that makes it a 2v2. And Ralph,
You know
he's
where
playing
Skies
underneath
is?
Catwalk. He lines up both shots though. What a trade. The man promoted from the blue team has made his presence felt all match. And he made his presence felt. Gets the last 2 kills. He gets the 1v2 clutch. And Ben, it's a match point for Fresno State.
Wow. I mean, that execution, that whole trade-off right there on A was just insane. And having Ralph just clean them up, it's just, wow, that was phenomenal from Ralph. Well-deserved promotion.
I mean, he's filling in the role of Sugetsu, like the former Fresno State Jet duelist. and he's been doing a good job for the most part. And right now, the 100 trade is going to come into play. It's going to attack Jason, but it's going to get much more than that. Sacramento State currently have 3 stacked on the A side. The stage wall going to come on up, but is the barrier orb going to hold up long enough against the remaining 4 Fresno State have pushing on up? Vince able to secure an elimination there on mid. And uh-oh, here we go. Fresno State, they're rotating. And oh no, on the rotate, Vince is going to get picked off. But 4 members are chugging and rolling their way onto the B side here, Ben.
I mean, Sacramento State, they're still 2 on A right now. They're actually just rotating off. But, you know, with Uzui being able to pick off Vince like that, it's going to be pretty difficult to do that post plant now due to no KJ nanoswarms. Here comes.
Yep, and with the resurrection coming on in, that makes this a 5v4 in favor of Sacramento State. And that's the thing about the stage. Not only does it put up that barrier orb, that is phenomenal, but it provides that resurrection, which can turn the tides instantly for any situation.
Oh,
and
Killjoy lockdown.
Oh, what a flash! What a combo, Skies! Swing off of it, and just like that, the tides turn, and the dogs are able to capitalize. That is map number 1 on the side of Fresno State. And before we go in and look at the post-map analysis, I want to look at that replay again. Swing off of it, and just like that, the tides.
Wow, I was spectating Skies right there. Wow, him able to get that 3K in that one spray, that was impressive. Wow.
And I just gotta say, a fantastic performance to start things off for Fresno State. I mean, like, you're looking at the scoreboard. They have, first of all, 3 top frags on their side. But 2 of those top frags are newcomers in both Sushi and Ralph.
Just seeing that, you know, it just shows that Fresno State, they're here to win. Definitely.
I mean, like, what more can you say? I mean, once again, like, great performance all around from Fresno State. In all honesty. Hang on, I gotta... Oh, never mind, we're all good. There. Sorry, I might have had to invite someone, but we're good. But great showing coming on in from Fresno State here. Like, a lot of those, like, combinations, like, you're talking about, like, like, we saw this team's utility usage incredible. Sky's recon darts, Vince's usage with, like, the nanoswarms, Leaf's snake bites for, like, the post plant were great.
Yep.
I think the biggest impacts though were from their initiators though. Sushi played phenomenal. Like, his flashes, that was one thing I got to see the team have their tryouts, and Sushi's utility usage was phenomenal. And I think that's, like, one main reason why he got bumped up to the red team, was because he played around the team well. His comms were amazing. And that's in part to his previous experience in Overwatch. And you saw it there, like, at the end with that combination, have Sky swing off it, get 3 with it, to basically completely nullify and deny that Killjoy lockdown. It was incredible. And then alongside that, like, Skies, sure, he didn't top frag, but he was still great. Like, the Hunter Tree got a lot of usage. You got a lot of info off the recon darts, off the owl drone. And the shock darts were forcing Sacramento State to play back. And Double Sentinel is something that is truly meta on this map. Like, you see it used, like, oops, sorry about this. I gotta fix one thing. OB on me, but do what, we're fine. There we go. Are we back? Hey, we're back. Gotta love when a stream decides to break. Anyways, but what was the thing? But no,
Oh,
for
you're
those sake,
talking about double sentinels being used.
yeah, like double sentinel. This is like a meta we've been seeing for literally over a year and a half on all on plays like all levels. And for those sake, bringing back in the double initiator, something I personally haven't seen in a while in Icebox, and they put it to such good use. And I'm glad to see like its effectiveness, especially against something as dangerous as the Killjoy Sage Mix, because that
Yeah.
is a deadly post plant setup.
You can't step in that swarm, and if you try to do it, you're just gonna get shot up. And like if you even try to break the wall too, though, it's gonna be a huge waste of time. So, those sentinels really are putting so much work.
I mean, it's been. I think that basically just sums on up. Those Sentinels put in freaking work.
Yeah, but also seeing those double initiators on Fresno State, they also put in so much work as well. With the whole with the whole flashes and also with the whole recon darts and even owl drones too. Those gathered so much information, and they also allowed so many firefights just to be in Fresno State's favor. So I guess it's more of like a yin and yang type of thing, like a balance between double sentinels and double initiators. So I'm actually really excited to see this next map happen, so we can really see what's going to really happen.
Yeah, I'm excited for this next map as well. And let's go ahead and talk about it because our second map, something we didn't get to talk about in the previous thing, was about the map picks. And we already saw the first one, already get talked about. So let's go ahead and also talk about this next one that is going to be used, which is going to be Haven. Or not Haven. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about map 3. Ascent.
Ascent. Okay.
It's Ascent. So why don't we go ahead and talk about Ascent, Ben? So tell me, what do you expect to see out of Ascent?
I mean, me personally, I hope to see a double sentinel lineup for both teams. Actually, another Sage, another Killjoy, probably Mirror. But I wouldn't be surprised if Fresno State were to do another double initiator because, man, that KO flash was super strong during that whole Icebox game. So I hope to see, just a double initiator as long as Fresno State is okay with doing that. But, just it's definitely a different play style from Icebox.
It's a very different play style. Like, if you thought mid got used a lot on Icebox, that is nothing compared to how Ascent plays.
Yeah.
Because just how easy it is to navigate. That, and not only that, but there are so many potential like 1v1 situations. If you have a Jet on this map, Jet, in my opinion, thrives on Ascent. Just because she controls mid so well. Because it gives you that opportunity to like kind of like play like how Chamber used to play. Be able to hold an op, be able to hold down from either a tree, or like kind of like peek and then just like dash into a tree, or be able to play up mid, kind of like a little bit past the stairways, and then just jet dash back into pizza, and then just play like a little more of like an off angle. That's what I look forward to.
You're gonna see a lot more picks on this map because controlling mid is gonna probably be number one for both teams. So jet opping, hopefully we see a 1v1 multiple times mid with jet ops, but who knows? Because all that attackers need to do is take over that mid, and they can really go to any site at that point.
I'm also interested to see this map because like this is a map where I honestly thought that this was like a Fade's main map, and I still think it's Fade's main map in my opinion. Like this map is phenomenal in my opinion for Fade. Like you could throw her eye in so many spots and gather so much intel. Her Nightfall is extremely useful on both sides because it essentially covers the whole entire site.
Mhm.
And then you combine that with the Omen, you got 2 near sights and 2 deafens.
It's just gonna be you just can't see simulator when you play
Yeah.
Fade and Omen up on the
Mhm.
same map.
Yeah, but then this also opens up like so many other like opportunities as well. Like I compare like with pro play a lot, Superman. Like this is like where people like Superman make their name. Marved make his name here with the
Yep,
Omen.
Marv. Yep.
This is where you essentially like make yourself known as a controller. But then there are like so many other opportunities. Like you could, like for initiators, I'm looking obviously like for like a Sova, a Fade. KO really has a good presence here as well. I'm excited because the map. Oh yeah, then of course like for Sentinels, one clear age on this map in my opinion is going to be obviously Killjoy.
Yep.
Really holds down B side well. Really great for the post plant. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Killjoy picked up once more on both sides.
Yeah, that turn that she has is just super annoying, especially on pistol rounds trying to get something done. You better take that thing out or smoke it off because that's gonna hurt. And also with it, you could use that as a anchor of some sort. Catching off flankers, whoever's trying to pass by, this site and that site. So Killjoy is gonna be extremely, extremely useful this whole match.
Yeah, and we're already seeing like the agent selects here, and unlike the last one, we actually do have a mirror composition, double initiator, where you have both KO and Silva coming on in, and then of course, like we said, the Killjoy coming on in. And actually, I lied about the
Mirror.
mirror, cause I forgot who else is joining on in. We do actually have a roster change coming on in for the side of Fresno
Choose
State.
your agent.
Gozu is going to be switching on in for Ralph. So rather than getting that Jet battle coming on in, we have Gozu coming on in. For those of you that weren't here for last season, you don't know about my man Gozu. This man is every person's worst nightmare. This man is essentially a shotgun only satchel jumping raise main.
Right in your face.
We've seen it on Haven, and I've seen it numerous times on Ascent. And oh my gosh, you better be prepared because this man will not hesitate to just full send it. So if you're holding a tight angle, you better get the headshot because he will make you pay if you miss that first bullet.
The thing is that Raze is especially good for this map because of her grenades, and the sheer amount of verticality Ascent has. It's just crazy. All that she needs is just throw it up and watch that thing pop, and it's gonna just rain down small little explosives on you. So better be careful where you're standing at.
And off rip, Fresno State, they're stacking A. They're looking at Sacramento State to attack A site, leaving just Vince all by himself on B. And right now, Sacramento State, they're running a 2v3 split, and they're attacking site hard. And Sacramento State,
One enemy remaining.
they do not care what and execute off the 2v3 split push as just like that. It's a 1v5 here for poor Vince.
You know what? All that Vince really needs to get is just at least one kill. Just one kill. Anybody, Vince? All you need to do. Because,
I mean,
like, he
Fres-
definitely clutched it. I'm not saying that he can't, but I think it's kind of unlikely.
I mean, credit where credit's due. Fresno State, they guessed the right side. They
Yep.
just, unfortunately, rather than like fighting as a team, they got picked off one by one.
Yeah, especially how Uzui made that giant. He actually blinded, I think, 3 members of Fresno State in that whole fight, and that just allowed them, and that just allowed Sacramento State just to swarm into sight and just take it all.
Like I said, Omen here, insanely deadly. And
Yeah.
already we're seeing that put to use. And with that, The buys, Spectre's coming on through. Fresno State, we're in the Force meta, so of course we're gonna see the Forces come on through.
Yay, the Stingers!
We're also
Oh wait,
seeing
Sky's with the
Ares.
with the Ares though. Oh, he's gonna shoot through
Makes
this wall
sense.
over here.
It does make sense though, like on B side, paper thin walls.
Yep.
Makes sense. A lot of utility being dumped on through on the side of Sacramento State. Usually playing aggressive with the Stinger. Able to get one, but unfortunately runs out of ammo.
Oh, Leaf
But
was
Leaf-
able to pick up that kill on
Down
Uzui.
A.
Is able to capitalize off of it though. The Stinger
Guys
is alive,
fighting?
and he's got Spike! And the blind is gonna force Sacramento State to not play with the blind.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
And there's the Ares coming on through.
just mowing them down.
And I talked about the stats beforehand. Forcing with the Stingers. You give yourself an advantage. And the Force takes another round up for the defense.
Hey, you know what though? Like, since they didn't go B, but the Skies was still able to capitalize on his Ares buy because he just mowed those guys down on A.
It was a Force well spent. I will give him that.
Yep.
And now it's forcing Sacramento State to just go back to the classics. And Sacramento State, they're right now in a 3v2 split. Two members kind of like pushing up decently, heading onto the B site. However, you do also have Kun Wu trying to push up, trying to make opportunity with the Sheriff, but nothing to be had. And goes
Just,
just holding down with the judge, ready to fight.
yeah.
I told you, man, this man,
Better be
he's ready to
careful.
go. And it looks like for Sacramento State, Dewuski is going to be able to kind of like play back with his team. Vince ready to swing off his utility here. Ready to, like, the moment that turn hits, that nanoswarm is going to be activated. But right now, Sacramento State,
Since Fresno
playing it
State's
slow.
playing back, you didn't even hear that orb get.
I mean, you got a weapons advantage. I think they're playing primarily for a retake. They are still looking for opportunities though to at least just like use all of Vince's
30
utility.
seconds left.
Because like I said,
Oh.
does have like the
Here they come.
nanoswarms. And here they come through. The swarm grenade's gonna come on through. And it is gonna deal a decent amount of damage.
Wow.
Guys is unfortunately gonna go down to the Stinger. And Sacramento State, they are going to be down to a 4v4 here.
10 seconds left.
They are going to get the plant. Ooh.
Ooh.
Gozu's grenade. I was trying to think of paint shells. My bad. Use the official name. Almost gets the kill there. Leaf able to get Dewuski, leaving just all the members up on site left alive.
But he
Vince
has the
coming on
judge,
through
though.
with the Stinger.
One enemy remaining.
Oh
And
my.
Fresno State able to clean up shop. And that is an easy second round for Fresno State.
And that judge though, against those, you know, like just against Sacramento State, he just shredded them like paper right there. So, wow.
Can I get this?
Hey, I told you, this man loves his judge for a reason.
Alarm bot out.
Judge, jury, and executioner. Those two.
My favorite saying to use to this man.
Placing swarm grenade.
And now we're looking at Sacramento State, who are finally able to buy on up. Do have rifles in play. Fresno State do have one hero rifle coming on in from Vince, however, so that is something to keep an eye on. Spray is going to be coming on through from Skies. The turret going to be able to tier 1 through the intel. The swarm grenade is going to be released. Skies still on site. Is going to be blinded for a short temporary bit. Gets around through, but nothing to be found. Nearly every single member of Sacramento State is going to be on site. Rug's going to shoot a shock dart. And is going
Almost
to get...
catching up, Vince,
It does get some damage on him, though.
with the turret popping up on Leaf. Door does get broken. Well, let's see this nade though.
Oh, Fresno State, they do got to be cautious. They got a Noman on their flank.
That's a rifle down.
Leaf able to get one.
Another?
Vince and Shin on through getting a second.
Standing.
But Sacramento State playing off well. 4 straight kills for the whole entire Hornets side, and they are able to get a second and equalizing the score at 2.
You know what? Those rifles really did play a key factor on Sacramento State winning that round. But, you know, with that hero rifle coming through from Vince, he put in some work, you know, getting 2 picks. And just with that, it allows Sacramento State to have 2 players to not even afford too much the next round. So that hurts their econ just a little bit more.
It'll hurt their economy a little bit, but Fresno State, you are able to full buy still. So this is like our first ever like neutral, like even playing field round for the most part. Leaf, playing up here in tree, but it's gonna be forced to kind of retreat back.
Oh, here's
Goes
the tree. Ooh.
Playing with the judge, able to satchel jump away. Fresno State gonna be playing a tight angle here, kind of playing on back a little bit. Gozu in a tough spot, but is able to get 2 with the judge.
Down A.
And the showstopper now in play. But there's no other members of Sacramento State currently there. He's gonna satchel jump.
Ooh.
Potentially
Wrong
hoping
corner.
someone
One
in
enemy
wine.
remaining.
But like I said, like you said, in the wrong corner. Sky is able to get a kill with the Odin, just him get up to 1. But in that battle there where it seemed like it was neutral playing field,
Gun here.
Fresno State come away with the flawless.
And, you know, Gozu was just able to make himself heard that whole round, holding that judge, playing nearby, what would you call that?
And I gotta give credit
I forgot.
to Vince. Like I told you, this team's communication has been top notch, and a part of that has been like not just like the communication Vince has been able to give off, but also from Leaf as well. Leaf is someone who did want to like kind of like put himself to be able to like use his voice a bit. He wanted to be able to like IGL a little bit as well alongside Vince. Even though Vince is like considered the main IGL for the team, Leaf wanted to be able to give the opportunity, and we saw that from Leaf. He, like you could tell, he told them, hey, let's play back a little bit. We aren't in the best spot here. Let's play back a little bit. And that playback allowed Fresno State to be able to capitalize there.
You know, I'm kind of sure that Dewuski was pretty scared of that judge coming through. I'm just gonna say that.
Placing swarm
And we
grenade.
are in a bad position here as... Oh no, Sacramento State, they're essentially in a 4v5 here at the moment as Dewuski is DC'd.
No, it's actually Kun Woo.
Oh, Kunwoo's DC'd, my mistake. I was spectating the wrong person. But Fresno State here with the 5-man retake. Gozu swinging on through, able to get 1 before getting traded on out. Leaf and Vince able to swing on through, able to spot 1 in hell. And this is unfortunate as that Blade Storm is essentially going to be gone here for Sacramento State. Leaf able to get 1. They even get it all up to 1, and Dewuski not going to be able to do anything here.
Really hate to see that
And
happen though, especially in a match like
Unfortunately,
this.
gonna be able to have, are we going to be able to pause the game here?
That is a good question. Okay, yeah, they're gonna pause that 10.
Hang on, let's go ahead and just take a moment here. Alright, we are going to be able to pause the match here, so we are going to stop here at the moment. But let's go ahead and just talk about this a little bit, because it is currently 4-2. Let's go ahead and pull ourselves back onto the mainstream. See our beautiful faces. What's up, guys? You see our beautiful faces once more. We're not used to showing up out of nowhere mid-match. Do we have
wait, we're
Dewuski?
seeing...
Do we have him back? Never mind.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah, you did
back.
get connected.
Tech pause over.
Hey, bye guys.
We're jumping back on into the game. All right, match no longer paused. We are back in. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard. Leaf, like we said, has made his presence felt. So has Gozu. And right now, both sides looking pretty good. Rifles on both sides. However, we do have, of course, goes with the judge, but we also do see Skyster with his Odin as well, but not taking up the usual position. But Sky's gonna spray on through. Is gonna get a little bit of damage though on the KO. Nanoswarm's gonna be coming on through as well. Fresno State all playing back though toward their spawn. They're playing for a retake here again, Ben.
I mean, you know, util is extremely important when you play Valorant, so I wouldn't want to run into a giant KO ulti myself.
Oh, do you know what though? It makes sense why they're playing back. They have the Killjoy ult available.
Just playing a little close though, so not too sure about this.
Let's see how Fresno State plays on up. Oh! Just
he did not look
unfortunate!
at door.
Oh, it wasn't cleared, and Kunwu played the perfect angle as well.
Wow. All right.
Fresno State had an opportunity there, but I think just kind of bad position there. No one really swung out and cleared that like little tight cubby around door, and that costed them. Because Kunwu, he was just able to just pick off 3-1 after another there for Fresno State, and it was essentially free for him.
That was just great positioning by Kunwu, but I'm sure Fresno State will never let that happen again once they take B again. So fingers crossed that they'll check that corner again.
And hopefully
Oh,
so.
the knife actually. Not getting any info.
A 3v2 split here coming on through. And Gozu has an opportunity here with the judge, but unfortunately does go down. And now both main side holds for Fresno State are going to be going down. And Sacramento State have majority members on site. They're going to be able to get the plant. Guy is using utility to deny a default plant, but Spike isn't getting planted at default. It's going to be planted right at boxes, right in front of it. Entering on through. Leaf currently playing on through from tree.
Looks like it's going to be a flawless if Fresno State doesn't get a pick right here. Leaf does let his presence known from Dawuski.
That's how you gotta hope. And one after another falling on through for Fresno State. And Leaf, he is gonna go down. That is a flawless on the side of Sacramento State. And they're gonna be able to tie things up here. Good momentum shift coming on in from Sacramento State. And after that round, Coach Dragoons is going to take a timeout. Our first timeout of the series. And I think this is a good opportunity here for Fresno State to kind of like regain composure, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm honest, that whole B round was kind of demoralizing. I mean, if I was playing for Fresno State, I would be kind of demoralized too because nobody checked that corner for me. And I think that Dragoon is trying to get the team to calm down just a little bit, try to put the game plan still in their head because, losing back-to-back rounds like that last round. So, something's probably up.
Yeah, I mean, nothing much else you could do there. Other than just, hey, you need to calm down. It looks like they are kind of like countering us a little bit. Maybe, like, we look at a potential shift here. I wonder what the game plan is for Fresno State. How are they going to adjust? How are they going to be able to regroup? Usually, whenever Fresno State comes out of these timeouts, their game plan usually does pick back up. So I'm curious to see how Fresno State is able to regroup here. Because they do have one more rifle round in them. If they lose this, they're going to be forced to eco.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. I mean, I'm sure Gozu would, he would still stick with his one and only true judge, but everyone else, definitely not preferable. One-way smoke, though, coming through.
One-way smoke could potentially come in crucial here for Fresno State. That smoke is going to go down.
The knife.
Ooh, the knife.
I know they're there.
It's going to get shot out. And Gozu able to get one, but Sushi able to capitalize, though, as he gets two of his own. And they know where the spike's at. A good stack there from Fresno State. It's going to be a 2-for-1. Or 3-for-1, rather.
Yeah, a 3-for-1.
I forgot Gozu got a kill as well. And Vince, he spots one rotating. But Rux with a great headshot there on Vince.
That rotation was actually really fast. Wow.
I mean, granted though, those two they weren't with the rest of the team. Sacramento State, they've been primarily
planted.
prioritizing a 3-2 split,
Deploying drone.
and luckily they did have one member there able to quickly pick back up the spike, and were able to take it on up to the B site. Fresno State, they do have a lot of utility still left available.
You know, logs
And-
is cleared.
Scanning ahead.
Recon Dart's gonna come on through. Sky is able to get one, and he's able to get a second. Good gunplay coming on in from the Fresno State Sova. And with that, Fresno State, they're gonna pick the round back up from the timeout. They are able to get a fifth.
Yeah, I mean, the whiskey, he had a great plan in mind. Just sit back, pop his nano swarm whenever they're touching the bomb, but he had to just peek from that smoke because that they were kind of holding a crossfire angle right there.
Placing alarm bot.
And like, first of all, a phenomenal like strat coming on in from Fresno State to be able to just stack up there, have Gosu play close, but then rather than having him just like fight so like how he had been, be able to just have like Sushi, have Leaf be able to like crossfire as well, be able to like capitalize, give them the upper man advantage. But also credit to Sacramento State as well because they were able to like rotate off quick as well. And as we start off this next round, we're looking at, ooh, I like this position here coming on in from Jason, playing up mid. Off the smoke.
But also, oh wait, that turn does spot them out. B. Yep, they have to fall back from that.
And they have every single member of Sacramento State here at mid. Granted, you have one playing back a little bit, but for the most part, we're looking at a heavy mid hit coming on in from Sac
These two
State.
are completely cut off from their team.
Ooh, but they
Oh.
don't spot Vincent Cubby.
Spike down B.
Wow, a 1 for 2? Oh, 2 for 2.
That is, yeah, it's gonna be 2 for 2.
Wow. That was a great trade-off, actually. Those guys were just cut off because, Sacramento State, they did come from mid. And looks like that, we're going to see Gosu jump into the site already. Move with an op.
And it's already proving deadly. A great post plan already there from Sacramento State. We're already seeing the odd being used in play that we talked about earlier. That got some value there, but honestly, just a great post plan. All three members of Fresno State pushing on in through the T spawn. And unfortunately for them, just one after another got picked off by each individual member of Sacramento State. A great hold there from the Hornets.
This op is... I mean, I'm surprised that it's barely being taken off right now, but this op is going to be really dangerous on this map. That mid control, any line of sight is super important.
I'll be honest though, it is going to be tough for him to get much value off of it because Fresno State, they haven't contested mid at all. They haven't had anyone to take like those 1v1 gunfights. So right
Whoa.
now, that op not getting much value. But Fresno State, they're playing aggressive here. Ooh, but Fresno State
He get a
not gonna
rifle
do
right here.
anything.
Oh yeah, but he backs out. Yep. Omen ulti going any side of trying to get any information right there.
And Vince, he's playing all the way back in Boathouse. Mans is all alone. He's gonna swing out. He's gonna
Got
be able to
his
get
one.
one.
Spike down B.
Oh, the showstopper's gonna be
Eat the
denied.
flash thing. Aw.
The showstopper gonna be denied. Believe he takes out the operator.
He gets flash right now.
Oh, but unfortunately he teleports right on into
Oh, it's a 2v2?
multiple rifles.
It's a 2v1?
2v1. Fresno State, they're on the thrifty.
They have to double swing him right here.
Who's gonna win the fight here?
Oh!
Jason's the one that actually
Wow.
swings, but he runs right into the barrels of Fresno State. And Fresno State, once again, they're going to be the first to reach 6 at the half.
And they're gonna get that op too, which Kunbu spent a decent amount of credits on.
Thrifty.
So, let's see if Fresno State can make a return on this one.
Last round in the half.
And looking at the economy, Kunwu, he has enough to buy a second, though. But now if
Ooh,
you're
maybe
Fresno
we'll
State,
see this.
Here's the thing though, Fresno State, they don't have a jet. They don't have anyone who has that potential like get out of jail free card. So I'm curious. All right, they're gonna give Gozu the.
I mean, you know, I would also give the guy with the satchel the op. So, I mean, he's the closest one to a jet, but hey, man, A for effort.
They'll have Gozu play up, potentially be
There's-
that.
Lot of noise on A.
And the one time they don't have that shotgun there to contest is the one time they're hard contesting in. And you got that blade storm from Ken Wu also being that main primal initiation for the side of Sacramento State. He's playing away from the smoke at the moment. Ooh. That knife is going to spot Ken Wu though, so that blade storm is going to be temporarily moved away. You won't be able
Wait,
to pop it
actually,
down.
I think him being spotted is really good because they're still on A. I think they think he's still there. So,
And with all the noise that was being made, you got Vince and you got Skies playing all the way back at spawn as well.
yep,
And
kind
then
of
it's
wait for that huge push.
and on top of that, it's hard to play an operator post plant, especially on the defense.
Wait,
But Sacramento State,
wait.
don't tell me you're doing the double rotate. Oh, Sacramento State,
30 seconds left.
you might be falling for Fresno
should
State's
run.
trap.
No, wait, the decoy killjoy lockdown with the fake smoke.
Fresno State, they're
No
not
way.
budging though. They're sticking with A.
Oh, they gotta execute this quick. They gotta get that bomb down as soon as possible.
And you got 10 seconds. Here comes the quick side hit. Sushi able to get one before getting trade out. Leaf, though, able to counter trade as well.
Oh,
Leaf
the
able to
spike!
get a kill. And with that, Leaf, with that elimination, able to deny the plant. And Fresno State comes
Switching
once
sides.
again into the half with a 7-5 lead here, Ben.
Wow. I mean, the double rotate from Sacramento, though. Oh, kind of questionable.
Honestly, I think it's the right play. I think they were really hoping Fresno State would be able to be like, oh wait, there's no noise. Oh, there's a lockdown. We gotta rotate. We gotta be ready to play for the post plant. But Fresno State, they showed discipline,
Definitely.
and that's what you love to see. But now the question is, what can Fresno State do here? They're gonna be on the attack here. We've seen moments where this map could be defensive sided. And especially with that jet in play, this is going to be tough for Fresno State.
And Wu does spot Vince and Sky pushing mid.
Doesn't take much damage. Ooh, that knife gun is going to spot anyone, though, for Sacramento State. The owl drone. Gonna
They know
spot
that
two.
there's two playing tree.
Jason is able to get a kill, though. So just making this a 2-2 push coming on in for Fresno State. But Sacramento State absolutely shredding. The blind gonna come on through. Gonna force Sushi to play back. Gonna be split away from Leaf.
Last player standing.
Leaf gonna be knocked
Spike
down.
A.
Sushi able to get one. Not a flawless this time around for Sacramento State, but they are able to convert the pistol once more.
Catch your breath.
Maybe we'll see another Stinger force up from Fresno State right here.
Again,
Because,
I mean, like looking at stats, yes, you would want to sinker up. But on the attack, it's way different than the defense. On the attack, in order to force up, you kind of need to get that spike down. But even with that, Fresno State, they're still gonna force.
you're saying we don't need a spike. We just gotta get some frags in right now. They are all in this. Wow.
Again, I've already
Taking
talked
that
about it
mid
enough, so
control.
I'm not gonna sound like a broken record here and talk about it again. But Fresno State, they are playing for the most part as a unit. The only one split off is gonna be Vince. Vince gonna have to be the primary info gatherer, coming on into the B site. The owl drone is gonna spot Dewuski playing on in.
Look at all this util being used for Fresno
Revealing
State.
The killjoy longbow is gonna be shot out. Sushi able to get one, and they get reconnaissance on another, but aren't gonna be able to get one. And the rest of the team's gonna be able to come on through, but Rook's able to get one before he gets taken out. Gozu with 18 HP though, barely lives with his life.
Oh, so there he comes. Sky's playing that door angle. Wow, giving him that same medicine that Kunwu did on that one round.
And now it just leaves
Wow.
Kunwu with a judge in hand. He is going to have. I mean, he does have an opportunity here. 3 members
Yeah,
of Fresno
Gozu's
stay
pretty
here left in
low.
the red. 3 members of Fresno stay here low, but Vince
He
with the
gets double
Spectre in
peeked.
hand is going to take him out. And Fresno State, they're going to win a force once again. And that's 3 times. Ben, so throughout both the maps, 3 times teams of force. No, all 3 times have been Fresno State. All 3 times Fresno State has forced the Stinger, they've won.
Yep.
This is a busted meta, man. It's a busted meta. And no, the Stinger has already been nerfed before, and it's gonna be nerfed again.
You're gonna see it fairly soon, I hope.
We'll see. Fresno State is going to be playing 5
Usually
men up
has-
mid. 2 coming on in from the B side, 3 coming on in from A. Playing
Wait,
off that catwalk.
Jason and Kunwu flanking from behind.
Oh, the blind gonna
Wait.
come on through, but it's not gonna be able to convert for anything. But no,
That looks like a free side on A. To
yeah,
me.
Kunwu's the only man on A with the classic in hand. It's a free side for Fresno State.
Oh man. Ooh, they got a
But
pick
no
on
wonder.
Vince, though.
Sacramento State had 2 players
That flanked
flanking
around.
around from A, yeah. Playing on in from Fresno State spawn, essentially. And now they're coming on in from mid 2A.
This post plan's actually it looks really bad for Fresno State.
We'll see, though.
The defuse is going off.
Sky's able to get one.
Last player standing.
Oh, but they're able to
man.
get the defuse.
One enemy.
Douchey.
Oh.
Nade. Too little, too late. The thrifty round gonna come on in from Sacramento State. And that narrows the lead back down to 1.
Both teams are still able to buy though, so I guess that wasn't too bad. Uzvi also gets a free judge, or somebody gets a free judge on Sacramento State. Not too bad.
I think they're opting to give it to Kunwu. Someone that could be able to just like get like potential
Dash in,
1 kill and
dash
just
out.
dash out. Yeah. That sort of thing. But these 2 teams, they've been on even playing ground for the most part. And it's been great to see. And then to start things off, Sacramento State, they have 3 lined up. Ooh, a great shot guard coming on in from Sacramento State. Does get Vince down to 77.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm
Just
grenade
util
out.
being used right now. I mean, as it should, but
I mean, the swarm grenades, something you would
Placing
use
swarm
typically
grenade.
for the
Swarm
postman,
grenade out.
are being used to like kind of like clear off some of the angles. And right now, Fresno State, they do have 3 potentially looking at B, but you do also have 2 lurking up at mid, including Skies, who does have the spike. Just something to keep in mind. A smoke gonna come on through. Blind coming on through. Vince gonna swing off it, but nothing to be had. The knife gonna come on through as well. And Vince, he's already back into their spawn. Gozu does have a judge in hand as they wait for the rest of Fresno State to push on through. And here comes Gozu. Satchel jumping on through. Sprays coming on through. But he can't do anything from a mid-range
I
battle.
cannot use that. Shock dart.
Sky is gonna pop the shot guard. Is able to get 1. He does have a second shot guard available, but isn't able to convert for anything. It's still a
They know that
3v3.
Kunwu's mid? Oh, I don't think they hear him. Oh, this guy's big.
But all 3 members of Fresno State spot him. And with 15 seconds here, this is a free plant in a 3v1 situation.
10 seconds
Rook's
left.
able to get Vinsto from behind. And Fresno State, they are going to have to play this cautious here because Leaf is low. Rooks playing back from his spawn as he makes his way up onto heaven. There's 2 down below in hell, 1 with an Ares and 1 with a Vandal in hand.
Leaf is really
The
low
Owl
though.
Drone
So.
is going to be able to get some info.
Oh no.
He's going to be able to spray
no.
through and spot Leaf, but I don't think he knows about the man down below. And Skies, undetected, is going to be able to convert and get Fresno State up to 9. Oh, man,
Wow.
this game has been tit for tat throughout. And right now, I got to give credit to both teams because both teams have been playing phenomenal. Like, for instance, there, Sacramento State, they know, they hear Gozu satchel jumping. They know he's going to be the one that initially has to be that initiator. First man on the site. If he's going to be the one that's just, like, fading in, we're just going to pay back. Make this a mid-range battle. Make that judge essentially null.
I don't want to get a judge in the face, so I'll be playing back too.
And the lockdown going to come into play. All 5 members of Fresno State playing up into B lobby. The storm grenade's going to be thrown up. Leaf going to use his ultimate and be able to just put himself onto the site. Vince going to get the plan here. We're going to get a 5v5 retake. All members of Fresno State, though, inside B.
4 HP. My. Wait, this is... Wow. Wait, Sacramento State's just swarming into the B site now.
And holy cow, we're getting a whole bunch of swings coming on through. Multiple trades. And Skies with a Hunter's Fury pop, they will deal some damage. And 8 people are gone in the fight. 2 members of Fresno State stay alive. How do you cast that?
Yeah, that just happened in like 2 seconds right there. Wow. That was a really, really fast execution. And wow, that was just...
But Fresno
Nold,
State,
I guess.
they're going to be the first up to 10. They're going to reach double digits. That's crucial. But they got to watch out. Kunwu does have an op. But Ben's able to jiggle peek. Does bait out a shot. Kunwu going to be forced to play on back here. If you're Fresno State. And here comes the KO. Kunwu going to try to take some shots. But pays with the Zyve as the op is now out of play. But Rux able to capitalize though as he is able to get an elimination. The Hunter Fury also deployed as well.
Oh!
Gozu and Vince able to trade off as one, but Vince! He swings it out!
Playing that hand to hand right there. Wow. Talk about some teamwork right there.
A great swing from the 2 teammates from last semester. As not Fresno State, they're gonna reach 11, Ben, and things are looking grim for Sac State. I mean, you look at the econ. I mean, you got some players playing Singers, you got some playing Spectres. I mean, Kunwu did use his Blade Storm. I just realized that.
Oh, wow. Wow. Sacramento's actually in a really fast. I mean, they still have Killjoy ult for the retake.
But that, yeah, you gotta be able to save it for retake. But Sacramento State are able to take a gamble stack here, and they are able to come away with 1. They're not getting any push, but not for long as Sky is spraying on through with the Odin. The flash gonna come on through from Jason. But Vince is already on site. The showstopper coming on into play, and they are able to get a trade there. A 2v2 makes it a 1v2 for Sacramento State. And just leaves it up to Skies, who has an Odin in hand. What can the newcomer do for Fresno State? Hasn't been put into a situation just yet. Recon Dart. Gonna spot one. He's gonna spray on through and get a decent amount of damage to come on through. Swings out, but unfortunately doesn't spot the right man. Dwuski, despite being at 4 HP, is gonna be able to remain alive. And Sacramento State, they're gonna be able to keep this match interesting.
Wow, the fact that Fresno State had, pretty decent amount of guns too. Just, Sacramento State just got a huge upgrade right there.
But I mean, in part to it, does go to hats off to Sacramento State. They played the gamble stack, knowing they didn't have the best economy, But that gamble stack worked well because they were able to get the picks they needed. They were able to get the eliminations they needed. And it paid off well. As we move on into the next round, a little bit of an interesting look coming on in from Fresno State. As we have 3 playing up mid, 2 playing up B. Kunwu playing a nice angle here. Playing up at boxes. He has that jet dash available. Can do some major damage onto Fresno State. Oh, he can line it up for 3. But he can't convert. He's going to try to push on up behind Fresno State here. He's able to get Leaf. He's able to get Sushi. Before finally getting traded out by Skies. But the damage has been done. Skies is all that's left. Skies going to go down. A near flawless round from Sacramento State as they're going to reach 9. And they narrow down the lead to 2.
I mean, Kunwu has an op now. Fresno State has to go eco. Not
Alright,
looking
kid.
too good for this round. They're gonna hit double digits, it looks like, at least.
And then
Oh,
Kunwu is going to
into
be
the
able to
unknown.
pick back up an operator in his hands. Gonna be peeking off on B though. And right now, Fresno State
has
playing
to
more
do-
of like a default look a little bit.
Yeah.
The only one really kind of overextending is goes to up mid, but even then, I mean, with this eco, kind of makes sense. You do kind of want to like stack up a little bit more, in my opinion, if you're Fresno State. But hey, you never know. We've seen
Bomb buddy out.
more interesting things happen in the past. The now Nate gonna come on through. Ooh, might swing off a little bit too early. A flash gonna come on through, and Fresno State are able to get out too. And right now, it's a 2v2. And Fresno State off his quick action are able to deal some damage. They have no smokes though. Skies throws out. Ooh, a good flash.
One enemy remaining.
And Sushi, he's able to capitalize off it and gets Kunwu. Makes this the 2v1. And it leaves it up to Dawuski.
One
Dawuski
enemy remaining.
able to take a fight. Fresno State wasn't able to swing off tight enough. The lockdown gonna come on through. And Dawuski able with the 1v2 clutch. With 30 HP still up. Bringing Sacramento State up to double digits for the first time. And Sacramento State, they're on the doorsteps of tying it up, and
Just, you know, I will say they got their round only because Fresno State was on a little eco. All right, I'm just gonna say that there. It's not copium. It's not copium. You know, Fresno State just a little bit. No, they just need a little bit more credits.
I mean, Fresno State, they are finally able to like have their economy back on up. Ooh, an interesting play coming on in from Kunwu though. Really aggressive. Sacramento State has 3 at mid. Kunwu playing really aggressive here with an operator. Anticipating Fresno State to play up B, but they got 3 at A. They got 3 coming on back in from B. But Vince gets the head and is able to pick off Jason.
Placing swarm grenade.
And this is an interesting play here from Fresno State. After catching an overextension from Sacramento State.
Wow, Kunwu playing really up here with the op. Watching for that road.
He has the opportunity to just pull a full circle here on Fresno State if you want to, in all honesty. Utility gonna come on through for Fresno State as Ghost is gonna fly on through. The door is gonna be deployed. Nano Swarms now coming on through for Sacramento State as well. For the Hornets. 3 players coming on through, spraying on through, down into hell as 3 of them playing on back from Catwalk. Smokes coming on through as we got 2 potentially playing on in from Tree, but Sushi plays off his flash so well. Able to get 1. Ooh, but Sacramento State able to get 2 before getting traded out by Leaf. Leaf playing from down below. Is able to get 1. Can he get 1 more? Yes, he can. Leaf with the 3K. Able to get Fresno State up to not just map point, up to series point. Man. I mean, I gotta
But
talk.
this is what you want from Fresno State.
I mean, that's exactly what you want. Both teams at like at an equivalent economic playing field, and you win the round that was needed. If they lose that round, you put Sacramento State at the advantage.
Yep, definitely. Huge
But
economic
Sacramento
win.
State, they're playing tight. They're
Oh,
playing
Fresno
hard.
State gets the pick.
Kunwu unfortunately goes down, but Sacramento State are still able to get away
Oh
with
my
the
God.
third now. Goes though able to get one of his own. Makes this a
Brock's holding
2v3
it
for Fresno
down.
State.
For Sacramento State right there.
And Fresno State down, essentially down to a man and a half.
I have the spike.
As Leaf is going to be able to pick up the spike, does have his ultimate available.
I'm
So
gonna
you
make a
can
really
rotate-
strong estimation here. In the next round, Fresno State's gonna use all of their ults.
All ults are available.
Shadows traveling.
I mean, that would be the time to use them, right?
Charges.
Yep, definitely.
Smoke's coming on through. Both the members of Fresno State are now entering B site.
Spike planted.
And we look at ultimates. No ultimates available for the side of the Hornets. Sushi playing up on Hall, but is going to come on down, play that tight little angle. Does have his ultimate available. If he did want to deny, both nano grenades are out. A flash going to come on through, but it's going to go away. One going to go down for Fresno State, but Leaf does get the trade. Can he do it here? He gets one, but Dawuski once again able to clean things on up, and Dawuski going to have the chance to put Sacramento State give him one last shot at overtime. We
And
look at
if I was
economy.
Sacramento State, definitely look at that ult economy because Dewuski almost has ult. Jason also has ult, almost has ult. But again, Fresno State has 4 ults ready to go.
They have,
So I mean,
and it's not just that. They can have all 5 ults up and ready to go. Gozu, 1 ult point away from getting the showstopper.
Out of charges.
It's just a matter of how Fresno State distributes this utility. They have so many opportunities here. Kamu is going to be detected here. Oh, scratch that.
You
Nope,
should
that's coming on
run.
in from the enemy team. From Sacramento State. The Killjoy lockdown is going to be used by Fresno State. A lot of utility usage is going to be coming on in on B. Even though Fresno State don't have anyone there.
Jason
Oh,
gets
Jason.
picked off.
You
Wait, but
Jason-
Leaf is dead though?
powerless.
Oh no, they're out. They have no smokes. But
Oh, Bakanwu! Playing up at mid. He might just deny Fresno State any opportunity. This is going to be a 2v4 because Fresno State, they got to rotate.
One down.
That's one more for Kun.
Nowhere
Ooh.
to run.
Vince,
Okay,
he's
kinda
able to get
get
one.
that
Sky's
free.
able to get a second. Skies,
Hey,
he has the
Skies.
opportunity for a 1v2 clutch
he has recon
wasn't
dart
able-
ready.
to do anything with it. No ults available for him. All he has is 2 shock darts and his rechargeable recon arrow.
30
The
seconds
recon
left.
arrow going to come on through. Spike
Done.
planted right on default. The shock dart going to come on through from the backside
Oh,
of
the
Jen.
shot's already happening.
no one
They
there.
hear that.
I mean, they know where he's at. They know where the spike's at. Baits out the Hunter's Fury, but it's going to get hit. And Rook's able to
Oh.
connect both shots. And that is going to bring us to overtime.
Switching sides. Overtime.
And despite the ults Fresno State had available, just a phenomenal play from Jason. Great gunplay from Kun Woo. It keeps Sacramento State alive. And one thing I like to point out, Sacramento State, they won 5 of the last 6 rounds, Ben. They were able to turn
Yeah.
things around when they needed to the most.
And you know, it's just all coming down to how well they're playing together as a team, and especially winning their gunfights too. So Fresno
Revealing
State,
area.
Oh, I think they're gonna go for a full rush right here. Yeah, it looks like it.
Full rush gonna come on through. They know Skies is gonna be potentially playing on site.
Sorry.
And he's
Ooh,
and
but Skies
guys-
does get a pick before.
able to get one before getting taken out. The spike is gonna be planted. Fresno State gonna be put in a 4-man retake. One gonna be
He checks the door
notified.
angle.
Gozu. Satchel
Gozu!
jumps on through and is able to get two. He didn't need a shotgun. He had a phantom in hand. And Fresno State had a
Now-
4v4 to deal with, and they were able to keep 3 alive. And Fresno State set themselves up once again at series point once again.
Switching sides.
Wow. I
Match
mean,
point.
Gozu with that Phantom checking that corner where Kunwu did play. I mean, that's just, you know, I'm glad that he knows that he was sitting there, because that would have been quite disappointing watching Fresno State, you know, almost losing to that angle again.
Fullest once, shame on you. But just be aware, you can't fool us twice. As
That's what
Fresno
I'm
State set them up for series point.
Here.
Kunwu playing with the Vandal up at mid. Looked to take a peek but couldn't find anything. 5 members of Fresno State pushing up catwalk. Looking at potentially an A-side hit. Fresno State playing together. Smoke's coming on through. The Nano Swarm is going to do a little bit of damage on Sashimi. And Sacramento State, they were quick to rotate. A lot of utility ready to go here from Fresno State. And here we
that
go.
nade.
They're going to push on
Vince
through.
getting the first pick.
Vince able to get one. Leaf going to be
Spike
blinded though.
down
But
A.
they are able to push on through. But Spike going to be dropped and picked on up. But Skies and Gozu able to get 2 apiece.
Ball
Juicy.
coming.
You know, like,
playing up
Usually
on
still
heaven.
back there? Oh, they do, I think.
And both members of Sacramento State playing on opposite ends of the site. Dewuski able to get one.
Cover going out.
One enemy
Ooh,
remaining.
but Skies
Well
had the opportunity here. And Dewuski able to swing off a 2v3. Weren't in Sacramento State's favor. But they were able to convert. Great
Wow.
gunfight taken from both members. From both
Switching
Dewuski.
sides.
And I still
Overtime.
can't see his name. What's his name?
And Uzui.
Uzui. Dewuski and Uzui take the gunfights they needed at the most opportune times, and it worked out perfectly for them.
Yeah, they both took those 1v1s, and wow. Great teamwork right there.
Now we head into overtime number 2. A little bit of a change here coming on in from Sacramento
Cover
State.
going out.
They are stacking up a little bit more in the side of A. Looking for the same strat for the State Board as they are pushing up more toward Catwalk up to B potential, or Catwalk more up to A. Leaf holding up an angle. I think
This
here's
could be
the
a
outcome.
huge collateral from Leaf right now.
Ooh, but unfortunately, no one else able to swing off though for Sacramento State. They're playing back a little bit.
Wow.
Ooh,
Kunwu getting
Gozu
really low.
was able to bait off a
Gozu
couple
getting really low.
shots. And ooh, one after another. Fresno State are falling here.
Get him.
And numbers are in Sacramento State's favor as they are 2 men up. Sacramento State pushing up mid. Shooting out some of the
Scanning ahead.
Kojo utilities. Sky sprays on through, gets Rux down to 24 HP. But Sacramento State, they're pushing up on the site. They know they have the numbers advantage. Spike yet on site, but one after another Fresno State are falling. Kunwu making his presence felt. Gozu spraying on through, but nothing
30 seconds
to
left.
be found.
Spike planted.
Gozu Satch jumps on up, and this is not looking good. Sacramento State playing great right now here on the attack. Sushi able to change out for one, but it won't be enough. Sacramento State, for the first time in the
Switching
series,
sides.
are going to be able
Match
to
point.
reach map point.
This match has me at the edge of my seat, man. This whole overtime thing is making me so stressed out because this is a full tug of war. It's really phenomenal to see both of these teams play at this level. So, try to keep
it's
level-headed.
yeah, I mean, it's great to see these teams at these levels. You expect it because these teams are at literally the topmost level of any CC play. And right now, all 5 members of Fresno State
Wait, there's
playing
nobody
up
on
on
A.
A. There's no one contesting A.
But
They're
there's no way
hoping
that
for a mid-side hit. Hoping Fresno State were doing that anticipated push they've been doing in the past. It gives them a free sight. But this allows so many avenues of Sacramento State to push on up. Gozu currently playing up at Heaven. The Owl Drone is going to be shot out. 2 members of Sacramento State playing on in from T-Spawn. But however, one shifts up and they are looking to play up at door. You do have 2 members as well, including Kun Woo, coming on in from Fresno State's own spawn. They take a fight with Skies, but Skies able to get a pick. But however, shots coming on in through for Sacramento State as well. And through the exchange of gunfight, Sacramento State are the ones that are going to come on through with their artillery in hand. And they're going to be able to take map number 2.
Wow. That was stressful. Oh, wow.
A phenomenal match.
That was really good for both teams, but wow, Komu really popped off that whole game. And
And I feel bad. We didn't look at the scoreboard the whole entire second half just because of how much action there was. But Kun Woo played phenomenal, like that 266 ACS. But he said I want to look at 7 first bloods from Kun Woo. But I think something else that stands out, look at how many assists came through on the side of Sacramento State. Jason, 19 assists. And I still feel bad I really can't see his name. It's really such a bummer. Because this man deserves his credit.
yes, he does. No worries though.
Can you say his name one more time for me? I'm really going to write this down right now.
Uzui.
Uzui.
Uzui. Yep.
Uzui. Also with 19 assists. Just them 2 combined have a total of 38 assists. You put together Sushi, Vince, and Leaf combined, that still isn't a quote. That equalizes the amount of assists those 2 had. That's just phenomenal team play they're coming on in from Sacramento State. And on top of that, they were able to turn the tides, Ben.
Yeah. That was a great comeback from Sacramento State. And it's crazy that this is only the first week of Valorant. And this is already happening.
This is such a banger of a series. And these
Definitely.
2, Ben, they're rivals. And you're talking about, what do you mean rivals? Aren't all these teams from California?
Yeah, aren't they all rivals?
Yes. But here's the difference. These 2 have history. That's the difference. First off, these 2 teams technically did play each other multiple times in the past in different leagues. Were these 2 exact rosters? No. But here's also another key difference. Just the 2 programs combined have played against each other in LANs, have played each other in multiple different leagues. That's the difference between, like, Fresno State versus USC. Sacramento State against UC San Diego. The difference between these 2 schools is just 3 miles. We've seen these teams play against each other in LAN. This is a 99 rivalry. Like, literally, all you gotta do if you live in Fresno or you live in Sacramento, just take the 99. If you're traveling from Fresno, you travel up to 99, you're gonna make your way to Sacramento. If you live up in Sacramento, You just make your way down the 99, you're gonna end up in Fresno.
Yep.
That's the difference between all the other California teams and these two teams. This is a rivalry match. And what a way to start off the NECC season than with a rivalry as detailed as Fresno State against Sacramento State. There's a reason why we have so many people in chat, is because these two fan bases love their teams, but more importantly, have a strong neutral hatred toward each other.
Okay, I wouldn't say hatred. More like a
All right.
very strong rivalry.
More like love bantering with each other. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a better word to put it, but you know what? It is what it is.
Yep.
But what a better way to do it than to have it go a 3-map series with two teams that are putting it all out there. And we got one more map to go, and it's gonna be Haven. And let's go ahead and let's pull up Haven a little bit, Ben, and I'm gonna have you go ahead and talk about it just a little bit. So what's gonna be something you want to expect out of Haven?
I mean, 3 sites, which means again, it's gonna be a lot more spread out. This is definitely a lot more different play style as the last 2 maps. I'm trying to look for, I know, Killjoy is still really strong, but in my opinion, I like playing Cypher on this map. Setting your trips up just gives you so much information, and especially how, you could just set up and play it very, very far back, and even be ready for that rotate, because this map is, relatively large. That rotation could just be a killer if you're just caught off guard. So maybe a Cypher on this map, or even, I don't want to say it, but even Chamber.
Don't give Ben any ideas, Ben. Please don't give Ben any ideas.
Hey, I'm just saying, Chamber. I love playing Chamber on Haven. I'm just gonna say that.
Fair enough. But anyways, even with that being said, though, what I usually look for on Haven is also with the fade nerfs, I would usually expect seeing a fade, especially when you could combine like a raise alongside the alongside a fade, where you would get that C's paint show combo. But with the fade nerfs, I don't think we're gonna see it that much. I think Sova is the primary initiator on this map now.
He should be. I mean,
yeah, Sova's just been good.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how things are gonna be played out here on both sides.
Yeah, this is gonna be
should be
a good
interesting.
match.
I'm excited
Yeah.
to see the compositions. Man, we get a 3rd map. I am so looking forward to this. I mean, it's for good reason. It's an equal series.
It is. And that last map, that last map was kind of tough.
Yeah. In the meantime, though, both teams, they are waiting for 1 player each. So we're going to go ahead and take a small, short intermission. The moment we get into Agent Select, though, we're going to take you guys right back into the action. Once again, you are watching Fresno State Red versus Sacramento State Green over here on Fresno State Esports showcasing NECC Valorant play. We're going to be right back after a quick little intermission. I hope you didn't miss this for too long, chat. Because we are immediately into the Agent Select. And I am already seeing some interesting things. So, Vince going to be playing the Killjoy once again. And Gozu back on the Raze. Leaf on a map where I think you could go either Brim or Omen. He's going to opt for the Omen. So, for us, they're going to typically stick with the same composition they've been running for the most part. I'm looking at Sacramento State, though. I'm looking at that Yoru with very, very much concerning eyes. I mean, nothing's locked in yet. We've seen Jason, for the most part, play Initiator. So, Yoru would be an interesting pick to see him kind of play. I mean, if he played it for the Flash, it would make sense. But
Choose your agent.
it's Yoru. Does he lock it in, though? There it is. There's the breach. Yeah, but honestly, though, on Haven, let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit, chat, because I am a big fan of Breach on this map. Breach is a really good agent on this map. I think he's probably the best flash agent for this map because his flashes, especially with the way the sites are assembled, you can easily flash off the boxes, flash through walls. He could use his he could really use his stun as well, and plus his Rolling Thunder could easily just sweep away a whole entire site. And then we're looking at the way where the teams are like lined up right now. Fresno State, they are going to be starting off on the attack. So the way it's lined up on top, chat, you're going to want to switch it around. Because Fresno State, they are going to be on the right side. Sacramento State's going to be on the left side. So just keep that in mind for this match. Fresno State, they are going to start off with a heavy C site look. As they are going to be pushing on through, the Nanoswarm going to come on through. Splash coming on through from the side of Fresno State as well. Vince lurking up through Garage, not making a move just yet inside of there. As there is one member of Sacramento State looking on through in there. Fresno State, they are able to get the plant, making this a 5v5 to start things off. Ruck shot darts coming on through. Are going to be able to get some value. Vince able to get one though. But Sacramento State getting some shots coming on through. Ruck swings on through. But Fresno State are the ones converting their shots, and they're going to be the ones that are first up on the board. They are going to be the ones to take round number 1. And also, welcome back on in, Ben.
Thank you. Wow, I mean, I'm not sure if you're watching this, but Vince was just chilling right outside of Garage, and then right when Uzui was trying to pop his smoke, he just peeked through and just got 2 picks, and just got the pick on Brooks like that. Incredible pick.
And here we go. We're finally seeing some adjustments coming on in from Sacramento State. The Hornets, their main phrase of Stingers up, and they're putting up Stingers here. They're finally forcing welcome to the meta Sacramento State. But at the moment, those Stingers are going to be put at bay. As Fresno State, they are playing back, playing more of a default angle, not making any movements at the moment. But we are looking at potentially a seaside hit. As all 5 members of Fresno State lurking their way on through.
Not ready yet.
Waiting for Skaya's recon dart to come on through. And here we go. The turret's going to spot some usage. The recon dart going to come on through.
Here they come.
And now all members of Fresno State pushing through. Ooh, the Nano Swarm deployed at the last minute. Sacramento State trying to push on through with their Stingers. Gozu able to get 1 with the Judge, but won't be able to get a second. Skyzo able to get 2 with the Zeres in hand. Ooh, Ruckus able to come on through, able to get some usage out of it. But Skies makes presence spell with the Ares. but does go down to the fellow Sova. The Shard Dart coming on through, and it just leaves Vince. The Pro State IGL with the Marshall in hand, facing a Stinger. Ruck is
Definitely
slow.
unfavorable
He
for,
is
for
one
Ruck to
tap.
be here. Oh.
Oh,
we
the Stinger! But he won't be able to get it. And Fresno State, despite the force. Hey, I didn't say the win rate was 100 with the Stingers. I would
Yep.
just like to point that
He
out.
knows mine.
I just said they were more favorable to win more rounds. I didn't say it would win you more rounds. But with that being said, the Stingers did force Fresno State to lose a lot of the weaponry.
Yeah.
It did cost
lot
Fresno
of-
State, but Sacramento State were able to contest. Did they win the round? No. But it did cost Fresno State. Fresno State is going to buy on up here. And Sacramento State, they're going to eco once again.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Kun Wu already up in Sniper's Nest right now. Sushi has to respect this, right?
Sushi
No,
playing
no.
it tightly in window, spraying on through with the Bulldog. No one going to fall as of yet, but Sacramento State, they are playing very more aggressive here, especially at mid. Kunwu gonna be forced to have his stash nullified.
Oh,
Well, flash gonna come on through. Ooh, Kunwu gonna be able to kind of flash away. Leaf, he's not anticipating this, and Kunwu able to get one. Ooh, but a great flash coming on in from Sushi once more. But they're able to straight things on out. Oh, never mind. So right now, Fresno State pushing on through. They do have a one-man advantage in a 4v2.
Oh no,
And
not the
Vince
window.
with the shot.
Spike planted.
Oh,
But Dawuski
wait, he got the
able to
bomb
get
down.
one. Spike planted though, luckily for Fresno State.
He
And
only
Dawuski
had his
with the
Scarab.
Yeah. And he's gonna have to face down the barrel of a marshal and a judge. The former
Hopefully at the
chambermaid.
same time.
Placing sentry.
The turn gonna come on through. Does that spot? It doesn't spot Gozu.
Oh,
Oh
And
no.
he's gonna be forced
Oh,
to push
no.
on through.
Oh man.
And Fresno State, they're gonna be able to convert. They're on their bonus. They're gonna get a third.
ah. Just keep laughing as you use all my gear.
This time though, Sacramento State are gonna be able to have enough to be able to buy up rifles, but so does Fresno State. 4 rifles going to be coming on through. Gozu, because of the judge buy, is going to be able to buy up Sushi. So 4 rifles in play on both sides. Well, almost 4 rifles.
Placing swarm grenade.
And as the rest of Sacramento State is finally spread throughout a majority of the map, Fresno State playing back right toward that garage entryway on spawn. However, Vince and Gozu peeking on out, seeing if they can get any intel coming on through from the C site. In the meantime, though, we do have Kuhn playing very, very aggressively coming on through on A. Wait and see if he can get the first side hit of anyone potentially pushing on through, but that's not where any of the Fresno State members are. All Fresno State members are pushing on through B.
Jason is ready
And
for that
Eric-
fault line.
Satchel out.
Wait, is that a
And
flash?
here
No,
comes
that's a
all
flash.
the utility. The flash comes on through, and they are able to capitalize with 2. Gozu does able to come on through with the shotgun though, and is able to get 1. Gozu though able to get a second. And Skies off the
Spike
plant
down,
is
B.
gonna be denied as he gets shot out.
Last player standing.
But
Gozu with the
Gozu,
third.
and he's gonna activate the showstopper. Gonna be flash.
By his own teammate. No.
And the showstopper.
No.
The timing! I'm sorry, Rux. You
Oh.
can't do anything there. Gozu picks up the 4K. And Fresno State now with 4 straight, and Sacramento State here are going to have to eco here. I would just like to point out that Fresno State was this was like one of their best attacker side of maps when they did start off NECC play last season, they did, once the chamber meta did come into play, they were more of a defensive sided team. But right now, with this composition, their attack looking fairly solid. And right now, it's looking to continue. As Vince,
With
he's
their
able to get
range.
2 up mid. But Dewuski able to clean up Vince with the Sheriff.
A rifle is down for Fresno State, so that puts their econ. Oh, don't tell me that they leave the rifle though. Please tell me that they drop it away. Oh no.
I mean, no one could really pick up the rifle, but it should be fine though. As they have a 2-man advantage. But more importantly, they made enough noise to force the remaining 2 Sacramento State members to think it's going to A. As Fresno State, they make the plan up at C. They don't have any Killjoy utility to use here for the post plant. However, they do have KO. They don't have the KO nade, but they do have. Oh, they don't even have Shark Darts to play off
yeah,
of
they
the
don't have
post plant.
cards.
The only
but-
thing they have is going to be the Hunter's Fury. But even then, I don't think you wasted here.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be nearly impossible for them to get on site.
And
Oh,
both members
wait,
of
you're gonna see
Sacramento State.
skies right here. No way. They hear that shock dart, or they hear the recon bolt arrow.
Blinding.
Oh, no
The
skies.
blind gonna come on through, but that Vandal gonna make a lot of noise.
Oh,
And Fresno
Wow.
State are gonna be able to come out with this, with nearly all its members. As Fresno State, they're gonna now reach 5, and nearly every single Vandal remained alive. The only member forced to buy is gonna be Vince, but even then, their economy looking fantastic. Sacramento State are gonna be able to buy up to Vandals though, but even then, Ben, if you're Sacramento State here, you got to come up with something, right?
yeah, they are 0-5 right now. Going to 6th round, and at least they have rifles this round with full armor. So, oh, yep, right here, getting the first pick.
That's essentially needed. Kun Wu put up 7 first bloods in the last match and already off rip. Finally able to make some sort of impact here as he gets the first blood. As Sacramento State finally have a numbers advantage. Fresno State able to kind of like divert away though. Looking at potentially a B-side hit. Jason with a good flash, spraying on through.
Right there.
Jason makes it clear where the team is gonna go. Able to get one, but Gozu able to get the trade. And hold up, Fresno State. They're diverting away. They're making their way up onto
Wow.
A.
Down.
And Gozu and Skies able to check for the crossfire and are able to get 2. And just like that, that numbers advantage Sacramento State had is gone.
Right here.
Yeah. Wow.
And Uzi
Standing.
able to get 1. But it just needs it up to Dewuski. Dewuski drops down the lockdown. The turn gonna be placed up above. Won't have any utility as both members are playing in the corner. The paint show's gonna come on through. Blind forcing on through as well. Dewuski down to 63 HP after the fall damage. Takes a fight with Gozu. That won't be much there as Fresno State. They're gonna pick up 6.
Wow, and they have to go on a thing or buy. Not looking too good for Sacramento State.
Placing sentry. Placing swarm grenade.
Looking at the eco right now, I mean, Kun Wu is gonna use his blade surge.
Placing swarm grenade.
Yeah, but even with that
Blade
Blade
Storm.
Storm, it's not
No.
gonna be much. As the rest of the team, they're only on singers.
At least it's one shot headshot.
That's all you can really hope for. As Fresno State, they're playing default. Majority of them playing up at mid. The only one really is just Gozu playing all the way back at that C spawn or that CT spawn. As the members of Sacramento State, rather than trying to like group up, play for potential retake, maybe try a gamble stack. No, they're just playing together, or they're just playing, spreading out their utility throughout every single site. Finance gonna come on through as Fresno State are going to try to attempt to make a push up on Garage. The paint show's able to convert for one. The Killjoy lockdown is gonna be activated by Vince. Fast gonna come on through.
Ooh, wait, the Wooski.
Able
Oh, wait,
to come on through, and Conwoo with the
Oh, they are
Blazestorm
getting
able to get some value.
Warm with ultis right now.
And the Rolling Thunder able to help out as well, leaving it just up to Gozu for Fresno State.
30 seconds left.
Oh,
And
I
we
think they're gonna
finally
connect
have
with your
some
Gozu
life
and
from the
Kunwu.
Hornets.
Oh, never mind. They're not gonna connect with each other.
Oh, and that long bot gonna leave Gozu vulnerable. And the Aldron's gonna spot Gozu too. He's even the recon bolt up. He's able to get one, but won't convert the second there. The crossfire coming on in through from Rux and Kunwu. And Sacramento State finally on the board.
Well deserved. You know what? I mean, they used all their ults. I would have been really surprised if they didn't come out on top on that round. So, good job on them.
And Fresno State luckily do have the economy here to where they can buy Skies a little bit on the lower end of their economy than you would really hope for. But he should be fine. Spray's gonna be coming on through from Fresno State, shooting through Garage. Nothing to connect. Kunwu gonna spray on through window as well. But not gonna be able to hit. Oh, actually does get a little bit damage put on through on Vince. In the meantime, though, it's an interesting play coming on in from Rux, so he is playing back away from the A side, so A is potentially free for Fresno State if they decide to hit it. But I'm liking this conservative approach Fresno State's playing, though, Ben. Like, they're not hitting side hard, they're playing it more methodical.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it showed on the Ascent map. You know, they couldn't really just go all in, especially during that overtime. It really took, how would I say, some reconsulting on how to play their matches here.
And a lot of members of each team stacked up on A. Sacramento State ready for an A side retake. And Fresno State going in for an execute. And this execute gonna be free essentially for Fresno State. If Gozu kept spraying there, he could have got a pick on Kunwu.
Oh wow, look at all these ults coming through for both.
But the Hunter's Fury coming on through. Guys, able to get one.
Being pushed by Kunwu.
Enemy remaining.
Skies does pick him up.
Makes it a 1v1.
33 HP.
But
Basic-
Skies
A little
with
4K.
2 off the Hunter's Fury. And 2 there converts on the 1v2 clutch. There is the clutch we've been waiting for. As Skies helps Fresno State pick back up another round.
That was good for Fresno State. I mean, they played. I mean, at least in Sky's angle, you know, getting those 2 kills with the Hunter's Fury was just super crucial. Clearly, just wow.
And now we are in a timeout, Ben, and let's go ahead and we'll take this opportunity to look at the scoreboard real quick. Gozu and Skies. Skies, granted, he got a third of his kills from that previous round, but other than that, Gozu has been phenomenal on this map for Fresno State so far.
Yeah. And maybe that's because, you know, the judge is off, but, you know, it's really great to see him on a rifle, personally. And I'm sure that the rest of his teammates will agree on that.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I mean, there's a reason why this man is, like, considered one of, like, Fresno State's, like, top players. There's a reason why he was on Team Red last year. It wasn't just because he was a shotgun main, but he did have the gunplay for it. And he does the job of a duelist, being the first one on site. And he's doing his job as a duelist. You don't necessarily have to be the top frag, but he's doing just that for his team. And right now, Fresno State, they're playing back once more. And Rux playing up a very tight angle, or rather than playing up short on A, he's pushed up all the way up to that door. And meanwhile, Vince. Oh, this is a dangerous angle, my friend. A
Oh
very
no.
dangerous angle.
Rux, he's able to hear it. As if somebody just starts running right here. Oh man.
Oh, the trigger discipline!
Oh.
But it's not enough as Sky spots him!
Oh. Hey, that's a Phantom though for Kun Wu.
Yeah, but Vince, he's able to take down one. And with the amount of damage they already did on the A side, it's gonna be a tough 2v4 retake for Sacramento State. Kun Wu gonna be taking out the point up on long. But however, Dewuski playing up, tightly contested. Kun Wu does spot one, sprays on through, but nothing hits as of yet. The shard eye coming on through from Skies, but it won't be able to convert. The flash not gonna be able to flash Kun Wu. Dewuski able to get one with a stinger though. And Kun Wu now makes it a 2v2.
One enemy remaining.
And
Last
Dewuski
player standing.
able to equalize things out. Despite
Oh,
the
but
not
Leaf just-
halved.
Ooh.
And despite their best efforts, Sacramento State won't be able to convert the 2v4. A great denial there from Leaf. As Fresno State, they're going to reach 8. And this is dangerous territory if you're Sacramento State.
Yeah, I mean, they're pulling out the op.
Placing alarm bot. Placing swarm
Doesn't
grenade.
seem they can get anything going right now.
You know, if I'm being honest, I'm not opposed to the op play right now. I'm actually not. Like, with the way Kun Wu has been hitting his shots, and oh, they're playing this aggressive too.
Oh, yep. Ooh,
And
gets the
Kun
pick
Wu!
on Gozu.
Takes out one. And that's
Wow,
a pick
yeah.
very desperately needed if you're Sacramento State.
Time to fall back if you're Fresno State. Yeah, that was a huge pick from Kun Wu. So let's just try to play, you know, a little bit back. Let's try to play a little bit safer.
And for the moment now, Fresno State not making much noise. Vince playing an
Placing
interesting
swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Placing swarm
forward-
grenade. Swarm
interesting
grenade
way to play Killjoy. The back's gonna come on through. Jason able to come on through and able to get one.
One enemy
For Rux
remaining.
from behind, able to
Spike
convert
down.
for another. Leaves Skies all by himself on site.
I
Now
have the
Skies once again put in a situation where he's all by himself. Recon Dart gonna come on through. Skies playing alone on
30
the
seconds
back
left.
of B. Spots
Ooh.
Rush. Shot's gonna come on through.
Kun Wu's
Makes the
really
plant.
close on pulling that trigger. He needs to show just a little bit more.
And
Oh, he
Splat
sees him. Oh,
gets be planted as Kun Wu gets an op in his hand, and that op makes a difference. He's able to convert for 2, including the first blood on the Fresno State top frag, and with that, they are finally going to be able to get another one on the board.
that was just wow. I mean, that op just limits Fresno State's ability to move because, oh man, once you're shown from Kun Wu, you're probably not gonna exist in the next second. I'm just gonna say that. Like, look at this garage plate. Yep, almost collateral from Kun Wu, killing Gosu and almost killing Leaf right there. Best
Yeah,
to be
Leaf.
on your tippy toes for Fresno State.
Leaf so low. And then right now, if you're Fresno State, you're on your eco. They know Kun Wu is going to be on C side. He's going to be holding it tight.
Cover going out.
Smoke going to be coming on through. But it won't cover up that top part.
Spike down. C.
As right now, Sacramento State, I think they're finally finding a groove here
One
then.
enemy remaining.
As Kun Wu, he's going to get a third. Jewuski able to clean up Skies here in Sacramento State. They're finally putting up a string of kills,
Last
a
round
string of
before
rounds
the switch.
together. As they're going to reach 3. And you look at the scoreboard. Kun Woo gonna be the first one in Sacramento State to reach double digits. And right now, if you're Fresno State, they're already put in a good spot reaching 8. You do obviously want more though. To fall line gonna come on through. And Fresno State once again playing back. Defaulting this again. But they are gonna shift their way over and gather up onto the seaside. And here we go. Here comes the utility usage.
I mean, it's half, you know, it makes sense. This guy's getting a pick on Dewuski, kind of big, because, you know, that Killjoy's util is not going to come to handy anymore. Especially with her ult, too, so that's so much value just lost.
That also takes away their lockdown, too.
Yeah.
And Sky's able to get one on the flank. And this is a 3v5 retake for Sacramento State. Fresno State, they have the advantage, and every single member is playing up on that C long.
I mean, they do have Breach ulti. Use it before you get killed.
This could get
Here
so
it
much
comes.
value.
This is big. This is gonna be big. They
Vince
start
sprays on
defusing
through
now.
and gets one.
No!
Player
They got...
standing.
Oh my gosh. Great planning, but just couldn't pull it off. Wow.
Switching sides.
That's unfortunate. That jet dash, it doesn't last that long.
Enemies close.
And the moment that
Eyes
jet
up.
dash went away, it just made it too hard for Sacramento State.
That was... Hey, you know what though? That was a really good plan. Very good plan.
Right here. Right here.
All right, now we reach the. Now we have both teams switching sides. Ben,
Yes.
I think if you're Sacramento State, I think you gotta play fast here.
Oh
You
yeah,
saw how it worked
100%.
against you guys. I think you want to try like kind of force the same
Right
thing.
here.
Vince
Especially
already
how
set
you
up
have
for
a
it.
lot more. You can disrupt them a lot more with the breach. With breach being available.
And we're already seeing this disruption press its belt.
Yep,
Jason
here
gonna be the
comes
one that
Breach.
gets the first blood there. Ooh, Sky's able to get a kill with a shock dart though.
Oh, Leaf.
And that's
coming
trying to
from
shoot the
flank.
recon dart.
Good
Leaf
luck.
able to get a
Spike
kill.
down,
Leaves
C.
it all up to Dewuski, who's playing up in
Now,
in
it would be
garage.
crazy if all of them peaked garage at the same time. I'm just saying.
I
It
mean,
would be
they're
kinda
all lined
crazy.
up. They don't know where he's playing at.
Oh,
Gozu.
don't tell me he takes 1v1.
Already low.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Whew.
Suppress it.
Dewuski could
scary.
have put it off. He did buy shield,
Don't get shot.
so he would
Yeah.
have had more
Brains are
HP.
hard to replace.
But even then, that right click I think from Gozu just did way too much damage. But for the state,
Definitely.
one round in, they're gonna reach double digits,
Turret out.
and the Hornets are gonna once again force up, bring up the Stingers, as they have now given into the meta. Which, honestly, I'm happy for them, because we saw the impact it did make in their previous round. And Kurt Wu, he's dashing on in, but that Stinger won't help out against the judge.
Oh, man.
And
Yeah,
now
get out of there.
Fresno State, they're
Nobody wants to
stampeding their
go into
way
that
on
judge,
through.
man.
Remaining.
Wow, wait, Vince on the other side of garage getting 2 picks.
And oh no, here comes the rest of the squadron. And now Fresno State, they did have a couple stacked on B. So Sushi and Gozu able to hold it down well enough. Allow Vince to rotate, came on through from garage. And that puts Fresno State up to 11. 2 rounds away from being able to close this map out.
Yeah, I mean, 2 more rounds, and in my opinion, this round's probably in the bag too, because Sacramento stays on the eco. No offense, but
No, this one's gonna be
Defense-
tough with pistols.
yeah.
And especially with Fresno State Nope, they kept the same guns for the most part, so it is possible. We've seen this team pull off 30s before. So all cards are not out of the picture just yet for Sacramento State. Kunwu already in through backside. It has potential to get some damage here on an already damaged Sushi. Gets the shot to connect.
Wow.
And
Looks like
Sacramento
they're on
State,
site?
they got one. But with Dewuski going down to Gozu, that makes it an even 4v4 with Fresno State having a weapon advantage.
Yeah, look at all this util that Sacramento's trying to use. Oh wait. Wow. Gozu's just on site already. Wow. Obliterating them.
And that Fresno State retake, it is no joke. And with that defuse, Fresno State, they're at match point. And they're at series point.
Match point.
And look at Sacramento State, they are going to be able to finally have some rifles in hand. And an op in Kenwu's hands.
Yeah.
And, oh, we might have an op battle. Vince, the former chambermaid, can also get an op in his hands as well. I'm taking a look at that C site.
Looks like it's gonna be a little default.
Recon Dart gonna
from
come on
Sacramento
through.
State.
And Vince, he's gonna win the op battle. Chamber may be gone, but you can't take the chamber out of the man as he connects for a second. Oh, Vince, you dirty dog.
I was very clean. Wow.
And right now, Sacramento State, they're without their duelist as they're making their way to A site. A is essentially free, but with the way this Fresno State retake has been, Sacramento State, they gotta be careful here.
You should run.
They do have their lockdown. I mean, not going to be able to clear out
down at
much.
least.
It will allow them to get bombed down.
Plants the spike.
But it's just going to be tough.
Blinding.
Because as they get the spike down, it's going to allow for the state to be able to regroup, allow them to play together. And as you see, Skies waits for an overextension, are able to get one. Sprays on through. Vince unfortunately goes down. Leaves it all down to one. But with Uzui falling, Fresno State are going to be able to take the second in this best of three. There goes the defuse.
Defender.
Fresno State in this battle of the 99. They are going to be able to take the third, and Fresno State, they are going to win match number 1 on the season 2-1 in what was a close contest.
It really was.
And unfortunately, Facecam died. Cool.
Oh no.
Let me go ahead and get readjusted as we look at the scoreboard there. 13-3. Skies played a crucial part. Had a couple key clutches there for his side. But once again, credit where credit. Let's go ahead and just give credit to Sacramento State real quick because they played a phenomenal match here, Ben.
Yeah. That was just incredible because they were able to maintain such a tight series between us, except, for that tiebreaker match, but giving them the benefit of the doubt. It is 10 p.m. and this is the first game of this season, so I hope that their consistency will get better.
Well, we gotta hope their consistency is better, but honestly, I expect a lot of the Sacramento State team. They played phenomenal. One thing I loved about their team was their composure.
Yeah.
It was incredibly well. And that's what you want.
Mhm.
That
Especially
is
at LAN
exactly-
tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But with that, Fresno State, we gotta give credit to them because they played amazing on that third map. I mean, just their executes were flawless. Even times where things looked grim for them, you had one player that would make a key play, whether it be Sushi with a good flash, Vince able to get a pick while playing on like the back end, Gozu just being
Going
Gozu,
in. Yeah.
going in, or even Skies who stepped up big in this map 3. Like he hadn't been like the biggest contributor for Fresno State yet over the past 3 maps, but that third map, he stepped up big. He was able to get clutches. His like counter tree was phenomenal. He was able to be fundamental for Fresno State's success on map 3, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And
That was just.
continue, please.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, and so like overall, though, I mean, that was just a great first match of the whole. That was just like a great first series of the whole season because I can't wait for the more next week.
We can't wait for more. But
Yep.
in the meantime, before we conclude, we are going to be able to get a post-match interview, so please stick around for that. In the meantime, we are going to go to a quick intermission, but once again, stick around for our post-match interview. But I lost my train of thought. First one of the season, chat. Give me time. Yeah. But stick around, chat. We are going to go to a quick intermission. You are watching Fresno State Valorant on the Fresno State Esports Twitch channel. You had just watched the conclusion of Fresno State versus Sacramento State. We will be back after a short little intermission. Welcome back on in, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, Ben did have to step away, but I am not alone though for a short time because we do have on the mics in the call our 1-0 Fresno State Red team are ready for a little post-match interview. I'll go ahead and we'll have each member speak through their own questions. So, Gozu, let's go ahead and start with you. Um, we saw you appear in map 2. Uh, dude, just gotta say, you guys played phenomenal throughout this whole entire series, especially on map 3, where you made your impact felt as an attacker. For those that don't know you, can you go ahead and just reintroduce why you're like such a key duelist, why you play the way you do, which is either with just satchel jumping with a shotgun or just aggressively playing on in?
Yeah, that's just kind of how I always played. I just really like making room for this team, you know? Like I just like being like the main entry duelist. Like for me, like duelist isn't about getting killed, it's more about making room for the team. And just just getting in there for everyone.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing exactly a duelist job should be. I mean, we don't see that often, especially in my games. At least my duelist doesn't push on in. But you do exactly what every person expects out of duelist, and you did it phenomenally. Someone else that also did a phenomenal job is also Leaf. Leaf. I know we talked about this before. I remember you speaking about this with Jacob, with Vince. You want to be able to like calm a lot more. You want to almost play like as like a secondary or even like a IGL. And we did see that presence felt, especially on Icebox and Ascent. You want to dive in a little bit more into that about your mentality heading into this upcoming semester?
Yeah, I think it's great for me to have guys like Gozu and Vince who are always just have just a headstrong call. I'm never the one. I don't think I'm the one to call for us in games, but I'll always be there to support. I'll maybe give suggestions to them to maybe kind of enhance the play, enhance the play that they're calling in the beginning of the round. Especially since they moved me on controller, that's kind of the person I want to be, just being the kind of the safety net for the entire team. Um, just because we have so much talent. Um, but yeah, I think Gozu and Vince do a really great job calling in mid game, trying to fix our mistakes and stuff like that. So
Yeah. And then let's actually go ahead and talk to one of those other men that calm. Let's go ahead and talk about Vince, the IGL himself, who
Hi,
did
dude.
make. So last semester, you were one of the players that made the shift on over to a key meta agent, which was Chamber. But with Chamber basically died to the ground, you force yourself to like take initiative, and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick to the center role, something the team necessarily didn't have or anyone to fill in that role. You fit in that role, and you're doing it extremely well, especially on the Killjoy. What's your mentality now? Now that you kind of have to like shift over your IGL to the an agent like Killjoy, where you can get a little bit more intel.
Honestly, it helps a lot more because on Chamber, I would like be like looking for picks and like focusing on my own kills and stuff. But now as Killjoy, like I can just like play off of my util and like I can think more and like figure out the plan a lot better as like a traditional sentinel. And then like the lurk play is like exactly the same as I would with Chamber. It's just like, but as Chamber, I play as like a second duelist. But as KJ, I really play for my life so that I can like stay alive and think the game plan out every round.
Yeah, nice. And we saw that put in play here. I mean, I've always said about like how you were always like a man that had to like kind of like play like solo, especially in your role, and you've continued to do a phenomenal job. And speaking of having to play solo a couple times, let's go ahead and switch our eyes over to a new member, Skies. You're a member that got brought up from Fresno State's Team Blue, their secondary team from last semester. You got brought up, and you made your presence felt. Your shock darts were phenomenal. Your reconnaissance, your intel gathering with both the Aldro and the recon darts. There were times your ultimate played a key factor, and you also had a couple key clutches. How is the step up from Team Blue to Team Red for you?
It's just been easy, just simple.
Just simple. That's all you got for me.
good.
Ah, yes, just another three Gs. I love it.
Yeah, whatever.
Simple, dude.
All right, just that simple. All right. Speaking of, but let's go ahead and transition to another Team Blue member, Ralph, I know we only saw you for one match, but man, for that one match, you made your presence felt. You were the top frag for your team on Icebox, and you were just a first blood machine on the Jet. How was your first experience playing for Team Red?
I think overall it felt good, to be honest. Uh, Honestly, I only play well because of Vince IGLing, to be honest. Because I just be on my own sometimes, and I just don't even think. So having someone like in the background tell me what to do, like it really helps a lot, you know.
Dang, I respect it. The credit to the teammate. That's really good. But going from someone that was more like a self-sufficient fragger to someone that like uses utility well to play for the team, Sushi. We gotta talk about it, man, because on Icebox, me and Ben were constantly talking about you because the team played so well off your utility, and adding you in just as like a secondary initiator alongside Skies was just incredible, dude. Talk about like how like your communication, how your team play has been with this team, and how like maybe like some of like your past Overwatch experience has been able to translate through now.
Yeah, I was it's just a matter of like being aware of like who I'm with and um and just calming out whether I flash or not. And like and I just look at these opportunities and I just take them.
Yeah,
Like
you took full advantage of the opportunities, man, and you performed great. All you guys were phenomenal. We had nothing but nice things to say about you guys throughout the whole entire match. Then finally, we aren't even though we're done with the players, there's still one last man we gotta bring in, Mr. Coach Jacob Dragoons.
What's up? What's up?
Man, we
Playo,
we weren't
speak up,
ready.
Dragoon.
We weren't sure if you guys are gonna be promoted. You guys got put in a really tough division in the Champions Division of California. We're facing teams like USC, UCI, or not UCI, Cal State Fullerton. You got a lot of strong teams, and Sacramento State is one of those teams that was also not to be messed with. But your team played well. How was your guys' preparation heading into this, and how much of an impact did it make tonight?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, our bracket, since we're in the champions bracket, we're literally like probably the second or the third like most stacked bracket. Like we have the probably one of the most competitive brackets to play in, which is like phenomenal for us. I remember last semester we were disappointed that we didn't make champions. That somehow we were in the challengers bracket, and we were kind of disheartened by that because we wanted to play against the best. We wanted to like really put our or test our limits against the best, and I think that this bracket is really going to do that for us. Um, as far as preparation goes for the whole team, we have only scrimmed once with the whole 5-man roster, so we don't have too much experience as a whole cohesive unit, but I think from our games today, we obviously have a lot to work on, but we showed that our individual skill and what we have so far is good enough to at least play with the best, if not beat the best. So I think moving forward, our gameplay is just going to get more exciting. I think the depth that we have in this team is really exciting too. Like obviously we have Ralph as a phenomenal jet player that can rotate with Gozu, who's a phenomenal raids player, and just depending on what kind of play style we want to go with and what we're feeling, who's feeling confident and all that whatnot, is who we run with. And I think just having that available is so key. So I think if we just get more scrims in, then we will be one of the top to play against, along with some of these other big names that you mentioned, like UCR, UC Davis, UC San Diego. Like these are teams that like won national events in the past, so it's exciting to play against them. And then as far as like VODs go, Sac State, I actually was able to prep pretty well against them today and yesterday. I had some help with a friend Melty Blend, who is playing with us a couple times, and he was able to link me some VODs, and then I found some of my own this morning, and we were kind of going over some anti-strats and just like going over what their tendencies were and what would be best for the team. And I think that it didn't really play out exactly how I thought, but it played out close enough to where I was able to give the team enough information so they can run with it and just take the game into their own hands, like you saw on Icebox. Really Ascent too, even though we lost that one unfortunately in overtime, but then especially in Haven as well. So yeah.
Yeah, you guys did phenomenal. You could tell the game plan was there. Your guys' executes were just A plus, and plus on top of that, one thing I do want to mention, you guys talked about not having much like scrim time. You guys still have another week to get some scrims in because luckily we'll see you guys back into action next week when you guys do take on UCR Gold. When that match is, I still have no idea because I believe that match is one of those auto reschedule ones. So we'll see what happens when that match does come up.
Yep, sounds good. Sounds good.
But thank you guys so much for taking the time as always to go ahead and have these pre-match or post-match interviews with us. I truly do appreciate it. I know the fans do appreciate it. By the way, we had over 60 people, I think, in the chat
Yeah, for sure.
last time I checked. So good job, guys.
Pretty
for making
sick.
us look
Thank you,
good.
everybody
I
for
want
coming
to
out.
I want to give a shout out to Ricky and the production/media team as well, because without them this stream wouldn't be a thing. You guys want to be able to watch our games, like really, to be honest, all the graphics that come out of Jacob, Joel, and Ricky and their interns are just so phenomenal. So I'm glad that we're able to have this team to really back us up, because it really makes us like want to play better, you know. So thank you again, Ricky.
Thank you, Ricky.
Hey, I'm
I
just
love
Thank
you.
you,
Yeah,
Ricky.
thank you, Ricky.
I'm just one man
I
of
mean, I
many that are
appreciate it.
behind the scenes.
This
Nah,
guy.
joke.
Oh, we're gonna get a lot of sound bites like that. The Samosark. Alright, so once again though, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Again, thank you guys for taking the time. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, Ricky. Bye.
GG.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.
Later, Ricky.
Later.
Bye bye.
See you guys. Yeah.
Alright, that was the Valorant Red Team. You're gonna be hearing a lot out of them in the upcoming semester, as trust me. This is a great group of guys. You're going to be seeing a lot of stories on them. You're going to be seeing a lot of info coming out from them. But with that being said, that's going to conclude the night for myself. As Fresno State, once again, you can see the scoreboard right over here. Fresno State takes the first match of the season, 2-1. Next week, they're going to be taking on UCR Gold. The time is yet to be determined, but we are not done for this week. Next up on our schedule is actually going to be a match coming up on Thursday, where our Overwatch team is going to make their debut in the Legends Division. And we're going to have more info on that in the future once their schedule is posted on up. But if you guys can, please follow the socials down below on Twitch for notifications on when we go live, Twitter for any match updates, as well as when we do go live, as well as Instagram for any updates as well. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Hope you guys have a good night. We'll see you all on Thursday. Match time to be determined. But with that being said, go Dogs.